What'd you find out? Oh no, last time, yeah, you wrapped up by going down into the what's it called? The alchemist's place. Yes, that's what I'm calling it now. And you found Vorkstag, and you found that Vorkstag himself was a skin changer who wore the flayed skins of people to impersonate them.
That was Vorkstag?
Yes.
Huh.
Grind was the small little alchemical freak who exploded.
No. Okay then.
I had names on them.
Vorkstag didn't.
Or not?
No, he
Hmm.
just had,
You
like,
guys found-
shapeshifter.
Yeah, you guys did find like a lot of notes and stuff like that implicating him as a shapeshifter. You have like 3 journals on you.
Yeah.
Can we have a flesh cabinet?
Yeah, I feel like that's the really conclusive proof to everything.
Do we have to haul that back to the court?
I flew away to get some guards to carry it for us.
Yeah, and
I mean,
a
it would be
bunch
pretty
of us
heavy.
stayed
How
down
heavy
there
does
to guard it because there's no way that you just leave that evidence unattended. Otherwise, they come back to a mysteriously empty necromancer room.
Yeah. And then somehow we get blamed for it anyway.
Getting the beast declared innocent by ourselves becoming persona non grata is probably not a good maneuver.
It's okay. The gulags are nice this time of year.
Well, no, because they're more like gulags.
Oh, hey, look! The character sheet now has like little pictures for coin.
Yeah, it significantly decreases the amount of real estate you have for typing. Thanks.
What happened?
The character sheet's got a visual
Ah!
update.
Who did this?
It looks again
Roll20.
a bit prettier, but it is. It never needed to be so visually busy. You know?
It was fine the way it was.
Yeah.
God damn it! Stop changing things.
Oh, well.
Stop changing things, damn it! The character sheet. Ah!
I'm sorry, I was clicking through to see everything that happened. I'll go to someone else's character sheet and annoy them. I'll just open it at NPCs. Okay, so everything looks spicier but dumber. Although if you click on like the spells, you see the tail of the dragon, and if you click on core, you see the head. I think that's what that's supposed to be, anyways.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's actually cool.
Again, like little bits. This was fine. It's just a bit too busy now. Anyway. So does anyone come to fuck with us while we're standing guard over the flesh cabinet?
No, you guys. I believe that we ended with the guard coming and detectives. Oh man, what was it? Wait, Detective Roger Davis. You guys, hang on.
The policia.
Hang on, I need to.
Big old
no,
bowl
no.
of carbs.
What are you having?
A big old bowl of carbs. It's just fucking pasta and meat.
Nice. What kind of pasta?
Penne with a light cheese sauce. Not too much, because I just was not that interested in that much dairy.
All right. Hang on. I want to token this up because now I realize I can put Detective Roger Davis in this game. I realize that
Detective
maybe
Ray?
no
I
one,
don't know.
but
No, I have no idea what this reference is to.
Yeah, no idea.
I think only Winter and Bob would know.
Oh, okay. Then you have gone to entirely too much effort, but you do you.
I will do what I want. This is your game. It is not. Yeah, I'll do it later. It doesn't really matter. So, Detective Roger Davis will come and collect all the evidence. After a firm, if polite, interview and your names and such like that, and what you're doing here, etc., etc. But he'll say that you are within your purview as the consul for the beast, so this won't be brought up against you in the trial.
I would be surprised if
Oh, good.
killing an evil necromancer would or wouldn't be brought up against us in trial. Just,
He will point out that you did enter the building unlawfully if you weren't part of the consul or in part of the investigation.
We entered the building unlawfully through an evil underground entrance that shouldn't exist, thank you, and could have led to anywhere.
It's illegal to wander in the catacombs.
Get fucked.
Now.
Do you want to go to jail? I can take you to jail if you wish.
Oh, go on ahead with whatever.
Now, it's just a technicality.
Which you'll notice I politely looked over.
Oh God, please leave before
Detective Roger Davis.
please leave before you have the urge to kill him.
What's wrong with him?
Nothing at all.
It's fine. I'm gonna make sure this guy's no narc. Check him for wires.
So right then.
Okay, cool. How long is it, when we complete this, that we had to wait for the beast's trial anyway?
It's nighty night time.
Is it the next
So
day that the trial's meant to
tomorrow?
happen, or do we have a day of fucking around first?
You basically have a day of fucking about.
Cool.
You were gone for 2 days. If you guys remember, you made really good rolls on overland travel.
You use the keyword there, remember, which I feel like all of us are failing at pretty fucking hard, but yeah.
Well, which is surprising because I'm pretty sure I drink more than all.
Yeah,
Except for maybe
but
Merzendi.
it's
You
been a
think?
bit.
You think? I
Bitch,
am
last
so-
time I was slamming soju.
Yeah, shit. No, you can afford more alcohol than me. That's cheating.
It's almost as if I work 40-hour weeks.
It's
That's
like I
also
work for a
cheating.
living,
I think
Greek
you're
boy.
employed.
Shh, you're confusing Snippy. He doesn't understand.
There's this guy in one of my WoW raids who literally always comes in drunk off it because he drinks so much.
Wait, like
on
pleasantly
the nights.
buzzed or like?
No, I
Fucking
mean,
hammered.
no, I mean he's like every single time he comes into the game, he's in chat, he's just like, oh man, I'm so drunk or so hungover, guys. I partied so hard last night. Every single fucking day, every weekend. Guy's a lunatic.
My lie detector is going on.
Or he's just a raging binge drinker. Who knows?
Does he go to
Oh,
college?
binge drinkers usually don't
No.
announce that to the world. They can keep it to themselves because they know
Have
He's a
you
friend.
met
give a single
college
soul their-
student?
He's a friend of
No.
my roommate. He's a friend
mean-
of Brock.
Oh,
My-
okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think Snippy's country had college.
What is college?
Actually, they had the first colleges.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the last.
Emphasis on had.
The difference. The difference.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What's a college?
I'm sorry.
Well,
question.
you know, the British and the rebels kind of clusterfuck those colleges during World War.
Please, I
now.
think you mean Her Majesty's sovereign land.
I think you
Yeah,
mean anti-communist operations.
so about the trials of beasts.
I don't think I have any plans for a quote-unquote day of fucking around.
I mean, I can have a
Okay.
literal day of fucking around.
Right, I want
but
to
then
throw
scratches.
10 gold
Hang
at
on.
the
Hang on. I'm going to be right back real quick. There's supposed to be an update on the fire, and I need to know if I actually have to.
Alright.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean,
Always good to
while I
check, though.
am I am the city closest to the big ass fire that's killed many people and more people than they're actually telling on national and media. I am in an area that's actually above it and beyond a mountain path, an entire canyon. So It's basically across the small canyon, and honestly, we had to cancel work early because it had looped around and was actually going to jump across the highway and burn the entire city down. But luckily, the National Guard stepped in.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So
I
they
feel like
provided.
people should probably just not live in California.
Yeah.
It's like living in
It's-
Tornado Alley. It's just like, maybe not do that.
Well, it's the most populous state in the union, so if
I-
it
the
weren't
fact that people,
if
the
it
fact that-
weren't for fucking people doing illegal burns and it being the driest fall in pretty much California history, we'd be.
you know,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
the fact
it's
that people can
4:30,
die
so
that adds to the excitement.
I mean, I guess it's like saying, why does anyone live in Japan with all the tsunamis? It's just life, man.
I mean, why do they? I mean, to be fair
Why
though,
does
there
they-
are
I
so
mean, we
many.
tried to help the Japanese stop living there, but they surrendered too early.
Oh,
If only
Maybe it's the
Truman
food.
was a better statesman. I really need to go now. Be
Yep,
right
yep.
Y'all should just move into Greece. It's a great place.
so we are still level 5, right?
I feel like
Our level's not-
Greek land is going to be real cheap soon once the Germans
It's already
start,
really
wholesaling it.
Wholesaling.
Doesn't get more cheap than this.
Yeah, but right now that's like saying that I want to buy a contract on already foreclosed land. I'll wait and see, thanks.
Exactly. It's so cheap though.
It is. Well, a few weeks later might not be my land again. You never buy from the person who's cripplingly in debt. Because if they can't undebt themselves, then also someone's gonna buy all that debt.
Now, who told you that?
I used to be an accountant.
Ah, shit.
Shit.
Smart bomb!
To pocket sand.
The concept of buying someone's debt is absurd to me.
Well, no, because when you buy someone's debt, you're basically buying a chance to extort money from them that they failed to extort before. It's even better. Because then you also get to charge a premium.
I get the actual logic behind it, but I'm just like, man, that feels messed up.
It is real messed up, because it usually tends to be that when someone else goes performing collections for purchased debt, they're collecting at more than the debt's worth in the first place, because they're a collections. And they're like, oh, we got to give a percentage of what we get from you off the people we purchased this debt from. Except if they're someone who bankrupted or foreclosed, like the country of Greece, then you don't have to give them that money. You just get to charge more for getting all that debt paid out.
Accounting's fun, except for
Accounting is not fun. It's a lie. Don't listen to TCL.
I have one of my friends suffering through it. He wishes for the sweet release of death every day.
Yeah.
So do I. I should meet up with him.
You can touch dicks as
I'm
you both
afraid that
kick
if I-
away the same chair.
Oh,
I feel like
yes.
if I introduced you to, the world would be in nuclear chaos the morning after.
If only.
So yeah, let's not make the origin story of Super Joker.
All right, no. The fire is, the wind shifted, so now it's going south,
Yeah,
which
no.
is good for me and
It-
south is already burned. My favorite part about this entire ordeal was Trump tweeting that it was our fault that this happened, when 95% of all California forests are federal, you dumbass. It's under your jurisdiction.
And isn't it done by
Dear God.
tourists, like nearly all the time anyway?
Yes, that's why it's
Yes.
called the campfire.
I just thought it because it was mega gay and liked to wear Hawaiian shirts and
No,
shave
I
their shit
can't-
mustaches.
Yeah. But he said that, oh, no, it was mismanagement by the state. The state only owns one national park, and that's Golden State Park and part of the Redwood Park. Everywhere else is federal land. You know who did that? Teddy Roosevelt as part of a preservation
Yeah,
to make sure
Small
that
Preservation
states
Act.
couldn't. Well, it was to make sure that states couldn't clear cut forests for like logging and stuff like
Makes
that.
sense.
Well, hopefully we won't have a town we need to burn down.
And I think one of my coworkers is dead.
Oh, that
I,
sucks.
I
Oh.
was, I was
Yep.
talking
Jesus.
about the game. Jesus.
Anyways, so on that incredibly cheery, um, Savin,
Uh-huh.
I assume you sleep at night, right?
Don't
That's
kill
what-
Sage.
that's-
Cass? No, he just fucks all day, every day now.
Excuse me.
Why would he do that?
I had a monopoly on this.
Because he's learning from Scratch as a good example, and has
Ah.
decided to just spend the rest of his life partying.
I mean, now that I'm a good example, I can only support your life choices.
See?
So what have you done?
You see, the secret is the reason why people need to sleep is because they don't have an all-come diet 24/7.
Pardon, sorry?
Jesus
You can't
Christ.
survive off of that. I can.
It's called the secret to immortality.
I'm just remembering that box of Oreos was called All Come OOs.
Hey, in my fucking defense, Merzendi, he
Oh,
was the one who grabbed the magic horn and tooted without ever identifying. So now he gets.
Dude,
So, Cass, when you go to sleep at
God.
night, you swear you close your eyes and you're gonna go to bed, but when you open your eyes, you swear you're awake. There is this must be, and you're standing in a very smoky, hazy room, and you see people fornicating in corners, drinking, carrying on. People are wearing skull mask and other death iconography, and in
Oh.
place of prominence in the far back of the room is a mighty chair wrought of velvet and what appears to be bone, and on it sits the dusky skinned man with the skull mask and the top hat.
Ooh, I've been waiting to meet you. Saunter over.
The one who took up my horn. Welcome. Have you enjoyed yourself so far, little cat?
I suppose. It's kind of feels like I'm being a little mind controlled, but at the same time I'm having a lot of fun, so it's probably okay.
No such thing. After all, you did sign the bargain.
What?
Why, blowing on the horn, of course. That is a holy symbol of mine, you understand.
Oh, a holy symbol. Does that mean you're a god?
No, it means it's
Am I a
bees.
priest now?
Mm, in a way. I think you. And he'll touch your head, and then you suddenly feel your vision. You go up and up and up, and you see your world, Galarian, from space. And you just keep going up and up and up. And there's no feeling of weightlessness, only flurrying dizziness. And you fly far, far, and into the very void itself. And then you see a small blue marble, third away from the sun, and then snap back to your own body. That's where I'm from, kid. Well, where I was born, anyways, not where I'm from. I am a Loa, but yes, God works too.
We already know
Uh,
that.
Okay, sure.
You know the
So,
goddess Pharasma, right?
look, I'm not really from here either, but like I
Ah,
have a general idea. She's the goddess of death, right? Right?
I thought I sniffed something familiar on you. We're both long distant travelers. Interesting. Yeah, while my power isn't as vast as hers, I control the more fun aspects of the transition between life and death.
Is there a fun aspect of that? Because that normally seems like a terrible time.
He just laps uproariously, and so does the like entire. Of course, what is life without death, and what is a party without an end?
Oh, I see. You're the god of like partying yourself to death and dying with like a lot of blow on your face and your face buried in a hooker's gash.
Ah, in a way. I
Oh, do I have a follower you would love? His name is Scratches.
oh, I'm very aware of him, but the horn didn't choose him, did it?
Did the horn choose me? I thought I just picked up a random object and dooted on it.
Eh,
That is more
the
accurate.
poor dear is half sentient after all. But yes, I am the god of death, tombs, and gravestones. But I am also the god of obscenities, smoking, drinking, and healing.
Interesting. Well, I like the healing and drinking part. Maybe not so much the obscenity thing, but
You
hey,
stole
hey,
my
take
horn,
the good with the bad.
you stole my horn, you Protestant bastard.
Not so fine with the obscenity thing. Then why did you let that little tiefling girl do that to your behind?
What do you mean?
I like you.
I don't get it.
You are not mind-controlled, kitty cat. You have simply had your inhibitions low. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, okay. I see. So I'm basically like Scratches now, just a whore.
In a way.
Excuse
But I
me.
do believe that pink boy requires payment. Wow, I think you're just doing it for the fun.
Excuse me. You have
I am
about
pretty
two-
sure he enjoys it too, but
You have
yeah,
about
okay.
2 million dicks to suck before you're like me. Fucking stay on your level, bitch.
In any event, kitty. So, you have my horn, and this is a little piece of me that I managed to fling from the little marble where most of my power resides.
Interesting. So is there something you want me to do with this thing other than just party hard, or?
Of course not. It's yours to do as you wish, so long as you don't start raising the dead and upsetting my order.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm definitely not a necromancer.
Ah, good boy. Well, I might as well explain some of the properties of the horn to you, but some might have changed since I last spoke to her. So, unlike what your little friend Shara was worried about, this does not mind control you. Why do you think when she tried to dispel magic, it did nothing to you? This is a blessing, a boon from a being of a different order. It will lower the inhibitions of those around you and get everyone worked up into a party frenzy. People can opt out, of course, if they truly don't like it. I doubt it would do anything to your good buddy Doot.
Because he's a square.
Exactly.
Okay. So it just makes people more into partying if they're into partying to begin with.
And can
It's like ecstasy.
conjure up some skeletons for a short time. Don't worry,
Wait.
it's not really necromancy. They're just
Said
some
every
friends of mine stepping beyond the veil, back into the world of the living for a while before they return home.
It's not really necromancy. Is like the same thing every necromancer has said to me.
You're
it's
also
not really
not
necromancy.
here. You're also not here.
I can't help myself.
And also, Necromancy is forcefully raising the bones of people. This is summoning party skeletons from the party skeleton dimension. Fuck.
I mean, the horn's item description says it raises 6 pre-existing corpses, but
Well, they jump out from them, but it's not them itself.
okay.
There has
You
to be a
see,
portal from
everybody
death.
says it's second.
You know what? Sure. Okay. I'll go.
It's just the technicality after all.
There has
fair
to
enough.
be a link between death and the other world. It's not their skeletons
See-
popping out.
If you were to defeat the skeletons that came out of the bodies and opened up the bodies, you'd find that there were still skeletons inside the body.
You would indeed.
Oh my god, this is too.
There would
this is
just be
too
an
long.
extra set of skeletons. It would be really
The
strange.
bodies act as
Where'd all
portals.
these skeletons come from?
Okay, my brain hurts. Can we go on to other topics?
Anyways. Indeed. I like you, Cassidy. You're a traveler from a far-off land like myself, but it appears you've lost something of yourself along the way. Hit your head a bit too hard. I thought cats landed on all 4 feet. Or 2 in your case.
No, I usually just land on my butt.
And a good ass that is. Well,
So
I can at least...
I was about to ask if you wanted a blowy, but if you want to just skip that.
Why? I thought you'd never ask.
And / sit.
And after that, to be fair, it is the most magnificent dusky cock you've ever seen in your life. Perfect in every shape, form, and but after you're done, well, that was a lot of fun. But it seems you still got a little bit of damage up there in your noggin, but I won't be able to heal that for you. Unfortunately, bouncing around from dimensions is not something I can help you with. Did you know that? You're not from this one.
Yeah, I had my suspicions, but
I can smell it on you. You're not just from another world, but from another place. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I can sense another link went through with you. I will try to aid you on this path. However, I will warn you a bit about the horn. If you wish, of your own free will, you can give it away to someone who likes to party as much as you do, and maybe your friend Scratches, I suppose. But this horn will slowly change you. You'll find you're a bit more attractive, your hair more lustrous, your booty more bouncy. Though I would prefer it remain in the hands of a bard such as yourself. Only a bard can pull out a musician, you see, can pull out the truly beautiful notes this horn is capable of playing.
so is there a downside to getting the bigger butt and nicer hair, or?
Not at all. My only requirement is that after a couple of decades or two, you hand it off to someone else. You see, the last person who held on to this without letting it go, well, his skeleton decided to hold on to it after death. We wouldn't want you to be wandering around blowing the horn only to be muddied by the first group of adventurers that find undead as sort of a pestilence.
Yeah, that'd be a real shame.
So, just have your fun, party a while, then give it away.
Sounds good to me.
One more thing. Would you like to, grow something for me to hold on to next time we party? Or would you like to keep your chest more flat?
That is a good question.
Better tell her now, otherwise the horn will change that as well. Though you won't be able to stop her from, your little beautification process.
Wait, the
I-
horn's a she, or?
She is indeed. Don't you know? All instruments are women.
Keep your chest flat, damn it.
Sorry. The dice gods have spoken.
Ree.
Oh, well, if you're gonna hold on to them, then yeah, sure. More stuff to play with is always nice.
I like you, Cassidy. And here, as a symbol of my affection for being such a nice playmate, and he'll reach down and give you a kiss, and it's starts out chaste, but then gets more and more lustful, and then you wake up with your hand over your mouth, and you're kissing some sort of strange hard object. It isn't the horn, though.
That was a dream. What's this?
All right. You draw it from your face, and there is a locket in your hand.
Ooh,
Davy Lockett.
magic item that makes more magic items is the best.
What do you do?
I identify it.
It is certainly a locket. It does radiate certain types of divination magic, but you suspect this is from its creation less than it's actually being magical. It is closed tight with a clasp.
Can I undo the clasp?
Indeed. And when you open it up and look at the image inside, you immediately do a double take. It is a beautiful green orcish woman smiling brightly at you, and it is in it is in some sort of parchment you've never seen before. And if you look back into your memories and just before, like, it's very hard in that smoky, hazy room, but you remember the Baron pulling out a strange rectangular box and then throwing a cloth over his head and a small explosion from a stick he held. Us players would realize that this is a photograph, not a painting. Cass has no idea what this is.
Cass, you Philistine.
And engraved in fine filigree beneath beneath the image of the orcish woman that Cass he instinctively knows and does not know. There's the name Brayla.
Brayla. That sounds so familiar. She's beautiful. Castle. Look at it for a moment, then close the locket and just put it on. Wow. Maybe that wasn't a dream after all. Scratches!
What?
Okay, go ahead.
Where is Scratches in relation to? Is he just like in the bed next to Cass or what?
Scratches just wakes up next to you. It's like, what? I wasn't spooning. Shut up.
Shut up,
All
Barrett.
right. And when you guys say that and Cass, you bolt up forward, you feel a lot more heavier on your
On my what?
and on the front.
Oh.
And what I already forgot what you used to use for rolling for breast size. Already forgot that.
Let's see. I believe.
Charisma?
Hold on. I can look. Yeah, I usually use charisma, but I also have racial rolls for all of this stuff.
Okay, use that then.
Save an age. Races, catfolk. There you go. Press size 1d3 plus charisma. Oh boy.
Scratches can no longer walk.
Double D E cups.
All
Scratches
right,
can no longer. No, I mean the cast can no longer walk and must retire from adventuring.
Cass. You wake up and you find yourself, when you bolt up, you find yourself having a pendulous pair of breasts on you. And when you raise your voice to Scratches, your voice is a little higher, and you'll obviously scramble to a mirror or something like that. You'll notice all of your features are more rounded and soft. Your hair is more lustrous, your butt is buttier, your hips are more shapely. All in
Do you-
all, you look very, very hot.
What?
However, despite all of your feminization, it seems your package is not shrunk at all.
No! Fuck this.
All right. Cass
I'm
just
done.
spins you around and puts you on bottom.
I'm done. Session already ended for me. GG, Nori.
Wow.
Just a succubus that was sleeping up in the rafters and has now been awoken by someone tugging hard on the horse senses.
The thought patrol senses alert.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh, this is some bullshit. I finally fell asleep.
And
yeah,
then there's
but
just
also,
Catboy and Catgirl just dun 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 dun.
but also, succubi are literally fed by this.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm gonna put
Who's
on
cooking
weight.
at 2 a.m.? Who's
Remember,
cooking
Yeah,
at 2
you
a.m.?
were
It's all nice being brought like breakfast in bed, but when you were like peacefully asleep after finally getting to sleep after a long day's adventuring, and that breakfast in bed turns up at 3 in the morning, they can go fuck themselves.
No, you don't understand. You're not human. You follow Dabbler rules.
Yeah, of
She
course.
doesn't really need to sleep. Fucking and stuff like that. It equates to her as having a nice restful sleep.
But it was a nice restful sleep regardless. You don't get woken up by from a nice restful sleep to get force fed and then also re-rested. That's not how that. Yeah, no, she's annoyed. She's not
that's
gonna
how that
do
works.
anything about it, but she's definitely annoyed.
I mean, that's how that works with cocaine.
Great.
All right. New chick with dick Cass. After you guys are done, after you guys wrap up, you feel a sense of warmth from the locket. When you finally put it back on after the raucous sex, you feel a faint sense of sadness, yes, but you feel as if you've gotten one step closer to something you've lost. At least you know the girl in your dreams' name now.
Is it Lass?
This is basically the best morning ever. I
was
definitely
supposed-
didn't go to sleep expecting it to turn into a girl, but oh well.
I think you mean this is the best morning for everybody else as well.
Yeah.
Scratches.
Oh, I
is
can't
now
wait to show Shara. She's gonna be so excited.
Scratches is now permanently affixed to your tits. Might as well just wear Scratches like a bra.
Meow.
Submit to this life.
All right. And so, with that, you all will meet up and then find that one of your cats has suddenly become incredibly
So when are you gonna let me have a blow on that horn?
Oh. Do you want to? You never said so.
Scratches will give me hands.
Cass will just toss you the horn.
Oh, I was talking about your penis.
Oh, well,
Tosses the horn back.
maybe later. Gotta recharge.
Recharge. Oh right, that's the
I
thing
mean-
mortals have to do.
I mean, no, you don't. Not with the horn in hand.
Cass, you look different. Did you do something with your hair?
Yes! Look at it. So lustrous and silky smooth.
Hmm.
Cass will
Rich.
just, do the Godiva,
Of course.
head swing.
Of course.
Swoosh, swish, swish, ass length, blonde hair now.
Fair enough.
Really, the only difference is the tits and the long hair.
I didn't even know. Oh, congratulations on finally growing your. I did not know exactly what gender you were meant to be then. I'm glad that
I
they
didn't know
finally
you were
come
a
in
girl.
for you.
That was sudden. Do cats often develop overnight?
No, it's okay. The god of death and parties came and gave me these. I also
Oh.
made my butt bigger. Look. Cass will do little necro dancer wiggle.
Of course.
Cass,
I've never
I
heard
can't
of a
believe I'm
god of
saying
death
this,
and
but I
party.
feel like you need
It
to lay
sounds
off the
legitimate to me.
Also,
21,
What,
Shara.
Dodrum?
You need to
It's
lay
in-
off the sauce for a bit. Just saying.
I've heard of
It-
Calistria and of Pharasma, but not.
It's incredibly rare, almost albeit unknown, but there have been whispers of well, unknown to Galarian anyways, but there have been whispers of another type of deity. Not exactly a god, but neither a imperial lord. Something
So-
else.
So this is where Saban's AC drops by 3, because now none of his armor fits.
It's okay. I'll just go get boot plate.
No, wait, you all of your shirts don't fit now, and you can only wear leather strap bras. Your AC goes up by 2.
There we go. That's more accurate.
Fair enough. I will give you a scritches on the head. And I will also
It's too
grump.
bad these
I'm
aren't
gonna,
milky, or else I'd just be the happiest cat forever.
yeah,
No, Cass.
any
no.
more than that, and I'm gonna get overweight hanging around with this party.
Cass, please, no.
So, you guys have one day before the trial begins. You have your new busty girl cast, and yeah, you pretty much have the day to while around before the trial begins in earnest. The trial will
What
take place
earnest?
over the course of 3 days.
I'm gonna shift through the evidence and learn how to best utilize this Cass's new tits as a distraction for the jury.
I'm gonna
I
go
don't-
shopping. Is there a temple of Pharasma around here in this place in this city? Surely there is. This is what's it called?
It is attached right.
I'm gonna go visit them.
More like the grave charge is attached next to the Cathedral of Pharasma.
More like they're the same.
Or like your mom's.
DCL roll 2d3 plus scratches his constitution.
I regret this, but okay.
Did
Two
you just
what now?
cast triple M on it?
2d3.
Oh wait, no. I for some reason no. Grave charge is the name of the cathedral. Grave what are they called? The grave knights are never mind.
Roll 2d what now?
2d3 plus scratches constitution modifier.
Which is actually not negative. How did I manage that?
Cass is bigger than you.
Well, I didn't blow the horn.
No, you're doing dick size rolls.
We are?
That's what that is, I guess.
That's Tabaxi dick size rolls. Catfolk Tabaxi, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
It just means you have to be the bottom from now on. I'm sorry.
When did that change?
Ooh.
When you kept trying to make surprise butt sex rolls.
Look, you get the quick thrust in, and then you resume as normal. That's all that is.
Okay, that's just a little dip in the wick. Gotcha.
I mean, I know why he crit failed this time. It's now he actually is too small to get past your ass cheeks.
Well, I guess
Cass
it's
has a
good
lot
thing-
going on back there. It's true.
I
Hey,
guess it's
so-
a good thing that DCL hasn't done the minis for this game yet.
We don't need more mini.
We actually do
know.
need the minis for these games.
No, we've been spoiled.
I sit in my corner.
We don't deserve nice things, damn it.
I feel like we've bullied Snippy into just being self-hating now.
I've always been self-hating.
Spoken like a true victim.
Alright, you want to buy Haunt Siphons.
They don't
They
exist in 5e, but they are in.
4 gold apiece.
I'm going to point out to you that in Pathfinder, those are 400 gold.
And also in 5th edition, they don't use the same outrageous amount of gold prices.
How much is a jar then?
Isn't that right, Saban? Isn't it like for 5th edition where Pathfinder just goes nuts with prices? Gold is worth way more in 5th edition.
No, that's not true at all.
Since when?
Since forever. I modify my home game to use a silver standard instead, which does what you think it does. But D&D by default, 5e is just as money crazed as Pathfinder or 3rd edition.
I guess I was just spoiled by porks then.
Also,
certain.
I would point out that since we're using an adventure path, we're going to be getting Pathfinder-sized amounts of money.
Yeah.
Okay,
So how much is a jar? I can help.
400 gold pieces.
a jar of haunt siphoning is 6,250,
Oh,
but they are reusable an unlimited number of times.
yeah. I have 65 gold. And 4
Didn't we?
Got
I thought we all
platinums and
got
stuff,
100
right?
platinum. Did
You did.
you spend all yours already, Scout?
Did you
No.
not mark down the 100 platinum you got?
Oh wait, were we supposed
If
to
we
be
all pool our money, we could buy a jar.
also were we supposed to be level 6?
No.
Okay.
You will be level 6 at the end of the haunting. Not at the end of the trial.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
A ladder is cheaper than a 10-foot pole, which is dumb because you cut a ladder in half and then you've got 2 10-foot poles. Fucking Vade's
Yeah.
figured it out quickly.
Buy as many ladders as we can.
Resale them as used by adventurer 10-foot poles with safety notches in them.
Christ.
Ooh.
See, look, each of these notches is a correct level of the 10-foot pole, visible and understandable.
We corner the market.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away
Well,
from
you
yet
can't
another
use a
beacon
jar.
of sexual energy.
Well, you can't use a jar as a grenade, though. Not like you can use a regular haunt siphon.
To be fair, though, like they're not exactly powerful grenades. The siphon.
It's true, they're not. They do a very little amount of damage. But if you taped a bunch of them together,
Maybe. Tell you what. One thing we should do is see if we can secure a magical two-handed weapon for Dodrim so that he can actually hit spookos.
I can now punch ghosts.
Well,
we could
if we buy
get some
one.
some magic.
Yeah.
magic
How much would it
weapons.
cost run us to just get like R+1 fucking greatsword? Or great axe? Or
I
whatever.
believe 2,000 gold.
Shit. I mean, I'll be able to just buy
That's just for a
one.
+1. If you want a ghost touch, it's 8
Never mind. Let's just buy some oil.
Yeah.
oil
and
for
siphons.
now. Oil and siphons. Never know
Oil
when we're
also
going to come
works on
across a
fists.
haunt again.
Just oil up me fists.
Oil
Punch.
up his fists.
What I've done is I've had my saliva glands changed and so that they spray some kind of ghost touch fluid. All I have to do is spit on my nuts and go butt fucking wild.
That sounds incredibly dwarven, yes.
That does actually. I want to hear about the dwarven clan that just spits on their hands whenever they need to fucking throw down.
And they just, they have to smack both knuckles together and then, different type of magical buff.
That's when you know you gotta run.
Yeah,
Dwarven magic is magical.
fist magic.
Fist magic.
Do we not have a great axe that became more special if it were enchanted? That's a good point.
I thought we had a scythe or a.
The scythe, the headsman's great axe is covered in scrimshaw and decimals.
Damn it, it's the other way
if
If it gets
enchanted,
enchanted,
it
it
gains
gets
the
life drinker.
life drinker quality. For now, it's just a masterwork great axe.
That's it.
So yeah, I guess let's pay to get that enchanted.
Is it already a +1?
No, it's masterwork
No.
right now.
It's just masterwork. So we could get it a plus, make it a magic weapon with 2,000 gold.
It's
Which we have
masterwork, but it has soaked up so much death in the.
Oh, if it ever is
100
enchanted, it
years.
just
Yes.
gains a life trinker.
Correct.
Yes. So if you make it a +1 weapon, then it gains also the life drinker, where on 19 or 20, the target gains fatigue and you lose fatigue.
Yeah, so if we all want to pitch in like 20 platinum each, we can get that done, right?
Wait, what are we doing?
Giving Doldrum cash to get a great axe enchanted so he too can hit ghosts.
Oh.
I'll need.
Oh my god, life drinker is a greater major thing? Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a life. Oh wait, no, wait. That's actually just. That. Never mind. That's something else. That's. I was looking for. Oh, that was the wrong thing to look for. It's fine. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, how much?
Life
Yeah,
drinker's
who
not
will? Who will? Is there anyone here who can actually do a weapon enchant for us? First of all,
Yes, you're in the capital city.
so,
I can donate
how much do they
20
charge?
Do believe, well, not the capital city.
If you're asking for 20 platinum, I
Okay.
can give 20 platinum.
Oh god, I'm gonna be in dead in game and in real life as well. It's
So
gonna be
20 platinum.
It's okay. Most of us are also still in some kind of debt as well in real life.
The base
just-
price of a weapon plus
I
one bonus is
mean, I could
2k.
pay off my debt if I really wanted to.
good. Yeah, so could Greece, right?
No.
No, I mean, I could. I just having some amount of debt is actually really good for your credit
credit
score.
rate, as
or
long as
something.
you continue to reliably do it. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
it's
sure
good.
the
It is
credit
good.
rating of my country would be.
No, you get put
Skyrocket.
on a credit alert when you're born in Greece.
Wow.
You're born with a black mark.
Correct. No, sorry. No, red mark. Black marks on
A
accounts
red
are good.
Oh.
It's why you go into the black. Not because you never want to go back, which is admittedly true, because back means in debt. But it's because on statements, debt is always red, and a positive integer is always black.
Oh. Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
It does, though.
And it's more cost efficient to only have 2 colors of ink, black and red. So that's what they do.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna buy like 2 haunt siphons instead of springing for a jar, getting everyone to spring for a jar, because that would cost like most. Well, we'll get a jar later, because we'll never know when we're gonna get another. Have a bunch of like haunts.
80, 100. I mean, Snippy would have to pay all 100 of his platinum, but if we each then give him 20, then he can afford a +1 enchantment on his great axe.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'll sack 20 platinum.
Enjoy,
Yeah.
Snippy.
Holy fuck.
Now you have a dope axe.
Just all this money just given to me.
Yep. For a bigger weapon
then-
to kill more evil things. Think of it as an investment in your future, Dodrim. And ours by extension.
I'm down to 53 platinum.
I will make you proud and slay many ghostly opponents with this weapon.
I mean, it'll also slay like non-ghost opponents too, real good.
Those two. It shall be drenched in
Excellent.
blood.
I worry about what we've done.
Look,
make
as long
good
as we're stood
things.
behind the dwarf, we've done a great thing for us.
I have a hard time arguing with that logic.
Hey, Saban.
Yeah.
I sent you Discord stuff. That's what,
I saw.
I'm gonna buy barding for my goat. It's gonna get goat barding.
Have a fucking magical great axe now.
Delightful.
I buy barding for my cock.
That's called a condom.
Hey.
Good tech. Alright.
I'm still processing this. Do I actually just got a fucking great axe?
Yeah.
Or did I
Yes.
just here?
You
Good.
have-
I'm not used to getting nice things.
You have the Headsman's Great Axe. It is a +1 Great Axe, and it has the Life Drinker quality. On a 19 or a 20, a natural 19 or a
Oh.
20, mind you, you gain, the target will gain 1 fatigue, and you will lose 1 fatigue if you have.
Holy shit.
Oh man, if you were Berserker,
Yeah, I
that'd
know.
actually be
The
really
only time a
awesome.
berserker becomes legitimate.
As a
Um,
side note, if
well,
you
a
open
berserker
your
crit vision build.
the cog on your character sheet, you can turn on a little bar in the options to track your exhaustion level on your sheet.
Man, saving those exhaustion levels.
But
I
yeah,
do.
I
It's
mean,
a really
don't-
great mechanic.
It is a good mechanic, but like, don't bother turning it on unless you actually are starting to get exhaustion ranks because it's just more clutter. Anyways.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, sorry, you're not in the capital, but you are. You're in the capital of this principality. The actual capital is Caliphus. Which is like a bit away from where you are, anyways. So, Cassidy goes and buys some pretty dresses. What do the rest of you do?
Cafe.
Aside,
I go to this Phrasman's and buy a pair of Hansai.
sounds good. They are willing to grant this to you, and they will give you a discount of 25% given you are a paladin of light.
25% of 400 is 125?
It's 100, Gina.
Oh, oops. Duh. So that's an extra. So I'm actually at 70.
Oh shit, I just realized. We have a
Platinum.
bunch of platinum in this game. Should also go buy a bunch of siphons.
If you had,
I mean, you don't have any left. You just went in
here's
for
a hint for you guys. Now that Lowe's done it, maybe if you ask, the Grave Knight to go buy them, it might be even cheaper.
You don't have any platinum now, Dodrum, but
I mean, I don't.
Ah,
I remember when I used to.
I remember when I used to have money, and then you look at your axe.
but now you have
Bad
an
times.
axe that will
Worse
kill you all the
times. It's
I'm
true.
gonna go fondle my axe.
time. See,
Oh my god! I
Kafka?
just realized that I gave Saban the ability to be a bard lock. Saban, you can do it. I won't hold it against you.
I'm confused. What?
Bardlock is one of the 2 most powerful multi-classes in 5th.
And like that, you've completely killed my high.
I mean, the other most powerful one, I think, is Palalock, right?
That doesn't make me feel
Alec
better.
is pretty great.
Lock is cute.
Hey, DCL. You know how great bards are?
I don't want to
You
hear.
know how they're better stealthing rogues?
I'm taking my headset off now!
Okay, now that we're done bullying the very sober DCL, would you guys like to buy more haunt siphons or do any more preparation for tomorrow?
I would definitely with haunt siphons and holy water.
You cut out pretty bad.
I can make holy water.
Still cost you money.
And
Uh,
it still costs you money, but yes.
I mean, how much does holy water cost?
it costs the exact same amount, 25
Oh.
gold.
Oh. Well, then let's get some. I was thinking of getting some holy water too. It's good to have on hand.
25 GP to do the ritual.
And 25 gold to buy it. At least
And in
according
the
to
darkness,
D&D
bind
Beyond.
Yeah, remember we're using 5th edition for everything that actually exists within 5th edition. Everything else I'll go to the Pathfinder. But there is also a stat block for Holy Water Canathus if you want it. I think you could look it up.
I'm trying to look it up right now.
So yeah, Stray, as you mentioned, I am a Grave Knight. Do I get a discount? for weapons for lifetime death.
Yes, everything bought by a Grave Knight is only has a 25% mark. Within reason, of course. They don't want you taking their entire stock. You will be paid. It's basically 75% off, but you know this is an inexhaustible resource for you. And also, Kanathis, if you head over to the little eye and just type holy water in it, there's a little handout thing. I can drag the handout if you want.
No, that's fine.
I like Cass's new outfit.
It's a good call. Finally cast for a tiefling.
I would assume that if you also spray holy water into a haunt, it would also hurt the haunt, I would assume, probably.
That'd just be insult on top of injury.
Remember, haunts can be brute force as long as you find where they're coming from. You don't always have to solve the puzzle. You can just apply holy, or in this case, rate.
Apply directly to the forehead.
If you want saving, save that as reference so DCL can get it done later.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
gonna have to-
So it would only be 4,688
You're gonna
to
have
get
to what?
a jar.
I have to get productive real
No,
soon.
no.
25% off.
I mean,
I-
we made
I
the
get
agreement that if it was weekly, we
75%
would
off.
get token.
This is fair. Also, if the human body is so much water, I'm actually wondering, like, is there an in-canon reason why you can't just bless people and make them holy?
That's really not how that works, buddy boy.
Is it
yeah.
just
I mean,
called
I
becoming a
under-
paladin? Is that just called
I
becoming a
understand.
paladin?
Yeah, that's called becoming a paladin, and also, if that were true, then because there is things in religions where you can get blessed by the priest, but they're not blessing your blood; they're blessing your soul. Water, if you're talking about real life, is a life-giving sustenance, and the reason why priests would bless it was so that people would not feel fear from drinking it, from like catching disease and stuff like that, because it was holy. They caught disease anyways and died, but they didn't blame the holy water.
Mm.
But here, if you if you bless the holy water, it literally cannot make you sick. Because remember, our world does exist in this world in Pathfinder, but the thing is, it's 1918. World War I has just ended, and basically, Earth lives in a magical radiation zone where magic is incredibly hard to come across. So there are only a few magic users on Earth, and Cthulhu lives here, and then I implanted the Loa because, well, I like the Loa.
Did his mic
Was Jesus Christ just like a 20th level cleric? Just
Well, if you're talking about power levels on Earth, then no, he was like a 10th level.
well,
That's how strangled magic is in, like, if you read the Pathfinder lore, and Earth magic is completely strangled. And
I mean,
Baba
look,
Yaga-
enhance water is like a second level spell, man.
And Baba Yaga does come from here, but she was incredibly weak on Earth. But once she left, like, the magical radiation dampening field, she jumped up from like a level 12 creature to level 25.
Isn't that basically just Superman in the sun?
Yes.
Basically-
Correct. Yeah.
Earth.
So-
Earth is magical
Earth and-
kryptonite.
Yes.
So now we have a jar as well.
Yeah, I
So
just
do you guys-
fucking gave Amy the cash to buy the jar.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys were gonna do that, you can refund that money, Kanathis, since you didn't.
No, it's
know.
fine. It's fine.
It's always good to have backups.
I'll have a couple of regular hunts, just in case I need to, the jar does have a cool. I mean, the jar does have a cool.
It looks dope. And it can be thrown like a NATO.
Ooh, you should make sure you get some regular glass fire. Worth at least 1 gold each. Because that way you can pour the haunt juice into a vial and turn it into a grenade.
Oh, I will buy 10 golden glass vials. I mean, you can buy nothing else. I literally gave you like shitload, right? All right, literally both of us put together.
I mean,
yeah, 2 sets of 80
Yeah,
platinum.
I had 30 golden change, but
Fair.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy like 10 of them. Or pay for 10. You might as well add them to your sheet.
Sure.
Now you have a pretty glass jar with gold ribbons all over it. That's nice.
Very pretty.
I thought you said for some reason that you were a glass jar.
Oh, I'm back to almost, well, I would say broke, but it's like fucking 4 platinum and 55 gold is a lot still.
I still have a lot of money. I will save it for magic items down the future.
Yep, seems like a good
Shopping indeed.
Alright, yeah, as for how Shara spends a day, she
Well-
quote-unquote helps Cass pick out new clothes, and
Spoil-
then find somewhere to play piano.
Spoiler alert. It is probably a good idea you guys get your shopping done now.
Ooh, is there a soup kitchen that I can volunteer?
Let me put it this way. You must gather your party before venturing forth. You find a bunch of like food and potions on the ground next, like just before you enter the.
Actually, that's a good point. I should get some potions of healing.
Yeah, like if you guys go to the court, you find a bunch of like food and potions and stuff like that, and like a great.
Of
So is
course.
there any
Just boss fog in the courtroom. All right.
Okay. Is there any decent magical stuff I can buy for 90 platinum?
That's 900 G and probably not massively great. Let's have a peep here.
How much?
Look at all the 5th edition magic items.
Can I buy magically enchanted walking boots? Oh, I already have those. Never mind.
Yeah, wait a second.
I have the boots available. Kind of
You
forgot
do.
about
You have incredible fucking magic boots on right now.
incredibly sexy stripper boots. The only sad part is you don't get the satisfaction of the click.
How much is our regular healing potion?
They are 50 GP.
So,
Unless one of you nerds has an herbalism kit, in which case you can
50.
make it for half price.
Unless I can get like a cloak of Invisikind or something for 50 GP.
Oh,
For
fuck no.
GP.
How much are rare items again? How much do rare items cost?
I think it's like it's either 5 or 50,000 for rare. I think it's
Wow.
5.
Hang on. Let me just open the PHP.
You think that's in the PHP? That's cute.
Which one's it in?
DMG, or you can just look it up on Google here. 1 second. 5e magic item costs. There's a table for it. Here we go. It gives a range for when DMs are assigning stuff, but traditionally you just use the highest price in the range. So rare is 5,000 GP, or very rare would be 50,000.
Oh, that's why I was drunk when I was doing this. It's Pathfinder 2 that had that chart and for magic stuff. Dumbass. Alright, so you can get up to rare DCL. Rare starts at 5 and goes all the way to 5,000.
All right. So
Staff of Healing is a rare magic item.
I
That
guess
one's
it's
probably
pretty
on the
ball-
upper- that
and
one's probably on the upper
Pretty
level.
ball. Yeah,
I
probably
guess
like
those are the
10,000.
5e magic item items.
Here you go. Here's an even better table that shows you the caster level and all that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give me a table for magic items. All right, 5th level. Let's go on D&D Beyond. Go from rare. To armor.
How much money do you have, DCL?
90 platinum.
So that's 900. So you could buy an uncommon magic item.
But he just said I could buy rare.
You could get the
they start
very
at
basic
500.
basic bitchestest of rare.
Yes.
It's true. It's true. All right.
Like I think you could get magic ammunition.
I could.
Yeah, like consumables cost half as much, I believe, or is it a quarter?
Let's see about rings though.
There's like
Here
Let's
is
see,
an
how much-
actual list of things, and you can set them by rarity. So, you know, cut yourself down to uncommon and common, and then you know exactly what you can get your hands on.
can you wear medium armor, DCO?
I mean, I can, but there's not much point.
He
Well,
can't
you
actually.
could- Oh, okay.
I can't. Oh. Oh wait, sorry. You're right. I can't.
You're rogue.
Okay, never mind. Well, I was about to suggest adamantine armor because it gives you like immunity to critical hits.
Ha, I don't get hit anyways. Smash cut to me literally being brought down to bleeding.
No, he needs light armor or
You should get cast off
There's
armor,
the-
aka stripper armor. It's armor that
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
take time
you
to
could-
remove.
That's what Cass needs actually right now.
I was
You
about
could
to ask
get
for
a bag of holding. You could get an amulet of proof against detection location, so no one can see you while you're doing your illicit things. Or you can pull a Saven and get the blood spear.
It's a really good weapon.
It's pretty
Can-
It is
good.
a
But
very good
it's-
weapon.
Unfortunately, it's not finesse.
Can I get an adamantine bikini?
Ooh, actually, I can get a bard weapon.
I'm sorry, adamantine bikinis still count as medium armor.
Such bullshit.
I know.
Even if I just protected the vitals, which is the nipples and cod.
You do know how fantasy female armor works.
Ah, you're right. You're right. Gotta include
There's the
little cat.
decanter of endless water. There's the dust of sneezing and choking. There's the eyes of charming, actually.
I was just thinking about the dust, but then you brought the eyes. What does the eyes of charming do?
These crystal lenses fit over the eyes. They have 3 charges. While wearing them, you can expend 1 action to cast Charm Person spell on a humanoid within 30 feet of you, provided that you and the target can see each other. The lenses regain all expended charges daily at dawn.
Pretty good, but also just good to get me in trouble. As is what charm does at 5e.
Well, then,
Yeah,
would you
charm is
like
motivating, so.
instead Eyes of the Eagle? While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out the details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. And on top of that, it looks like what's his name? It looks like Batman Gotham by Gaslight's mask if you just cut off the ears. I'm not kidding. It looks like this.
Were you posting this? Oh.
In our chat.
Oh, hey. Unfortunately, they're not super sexy, slim stripper shades, so I'm gonna have to pass. Although they might make good warrior goggles.
Lawyer goggles, you like snap those into place and start staring at people until they're uncomfortable. Like, I can see the sweat forming in your pores.
Uh,
But yeah, I guess I'll pass for now. Even though the eagle eyes are potentially good, I wouldn't want to spend all my 90 flat on them.
It depends, good buddy. I will let you have this just because you've been bullied a lot.
Hmm.
You can have the gloves of missile snaring. These gloves almost seem to meld into your hands when you don them. When a ranged weapon attack hits you while you're wearing them, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier, provided you have a free hand. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it's small enough for you to hold in that.
Hmm.
And also, they look like slut gloves.
Okay.
I want to show you.
Wait, do they actually just look like slut gloves? That's not even you joking. They actually kind of look slut gloves.
I will actually put this so where they will go even farther than what this artwork has, and they'll go up to your elbow. Just for you, buddy.
I mean, if they're free, I'll take them.
No, you have to buy them.
I
They
mean,
are
yeah.
an uncommon magic item.
How much are they?
They are, I assume, at the high end of uncommons, probably about 500 GB.
I'll pass for now. It's tempting, but I do have an uncanny dodge already.
Good old reactions.
Yeah, I already can just use a reaction to half damage, which, you know, might not be as useful as just being able to snatch 1d10 of missile damage. But in my experience, it's magic stuff that gets flung at me more than physical attacks. So
I don't know of any uncommon magic items.
yeah, no. I was just saying, like, as somebody who likes deflect missile, most of the time it is useless because most ranged attacks are magical. Because nobody uses a fucking bow.
Well, longbow NPCs are the strongest, thank you.
Yeah,
I mean,
we have
they
them.
are, but I'm also using monstrous stat blocks for this DCL, and there have been plenty of skeleton archers.
Yeah, skeleton archers.
Like
They're
half
chumps.
of this campaign has been skeleton archers.
Yeah, and they're chumps.
The skeleton war is upon us.
Look, when we start going up against fucking expert rogue assassins that can kill me with massive sneak attack because the arrow just needs to hit, I will happily eat my words. The fucking come sudden wars they will be. But for now, I'm just gonna opt out and say no. I like my platinum. I like having my money more.
There's the gloves of swimming and climbing. While wearing these gloves, climbing and swimming don't cost you extra movement, and you gain a +5 to strength athletics checks made to climbing.
Oh, I do like those. I do like those.
Oh god, gloves of thievery, what do you do?
It's probably just sleight of hand stuff.
So, I would like to buy a magic item if I have the potential to do so.
Go ahead. I will tell you that if certain magic items seem like way out of, beyond the pale for this campaign, I will poo-poo them, but you know me, it's not likely.
I would like to
I'm
get
probably
an
not going to
instrument
give you
of
the
the
helmet.
bards. It's just an uncommon item. Gives me some extra spells every day.
Knock yourself out.
Alright, are we just going with the 500 GP?
Does it have an actual thing?
No magic items have listed prices in 5e.
There's just a scale that you just
So it's a common.
pick a number.
It's uncommon.
And what's it called?
An instrument of the bards.
It's not on magic item. It's on D&D Beyond. I don't see it.
It might be called a DOS Loot, D-O-S-S-L-U-T, a Fochlican Bandur, or a Macfearmouth Cittern. Yeah, it's if you look on in the DMG, it's page 176. It's a uncommon magic item, requires attunement by a bard, and lets me cast Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil and Good, once per day, plus an additional like 3 or 4 spells based on which of the 3 instruments I get, which would probably be the Fochlican. Oh no, sorry, the DOS Loot, D-O-S-S-L-U-T-E. DOS Loot.
What?
The DOS Loot.
I've just printed up the spell list it's got for you. Fly, invisibility, levitate, protection,
I thought
evil, good, animal friendship, protection from energy, fire only, and protection from poison.
I will tell you what, Kitty Cat. Would you like to make me a diplomacy check to try to haggle the price lower than 500 G?
Sure. I would love to.
You flash a bit of your newfound cleavage,
But it turns out he likes flat traps.
Damn.
Well, 14 is still good for this, and Cass doesn't look like a trap. She has been feminized.
Oh, if anything, his charisma fucking bottomed a bit.
Her now.
Fair point.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll let
Okay.
it slide for about 490.
Okay, I just want to say I am proud of everyone for not jumping on me, but also disappointed because that was bait.
Hmm? Okay.
I never,
I don't understand why it was bait, but okay.
because he went from trap to just full girl, and I was just like, oh well, charisma down.
But also big boobs, so it evens itself. And Scow is just way too lazy to use her rapier wit on something that paltry.
Ah, that hurts. I'm gonna go sit in my corner. That was a good bait. Screw you all.
Alright. I think I'm just a little bit shy on cash to get a Suda half plate. Oh well. Or a breastplate, rather.
How much more do you need? I've got like 4 plat.
Let's see. 290 plus 45. So I would need like 65 more GP.
Oh,
if
no,
anyone else-
you can have 65 GP.
Thank you. And now that I have that, you can have 25 back because I can sell the chain shirt I was wearing. And I have now I have boob plate.
Congratulations.
I don't want to be responsible in making you even more OP.
What does it bring your AC to now?
A mighty 16.
You were a bard. You were trapped, so you had ass, and now you have boobs. You're too strong.
Too strong.
Please nerf.
Says the assassin who has boots of elven kind.
Boobs are powerful. Shut up.
If your dice weren't so shit, you'd be out DPSing
Boobs
everyone
are
in the party.
powerful. Don't talk about my shit dice. They don't get better.
I'm just only pointing out that when it comes to raw data, if you managed to roll better, you'd be doing more damage than anyone out of the party.
Look,
Don't poo-poo on Cassandra just because you can't roll.
it's chronic illness, okay? And boobs are overpowered.
Yeah, better change the name to Cassandra Leofric now.
Yeah, that's why they slap some on you in tits.
Also, now I have to draw Cass again because she has boobs.
Well, you need to draw Cass again anyways, because all the fucking token art needs a match. Jerk.
I'm sorry.
So anyways, Amadeus, I'm pretty sure you didn't want anything.
I already bought a jar.
Oh, you bought the jar for some reason.
Yeah, Amy bought the haunt jar. Otherwise, there's no way we could have afforded it.
Okay. Well, then I believe that's it, right? Dodrin, did you need anything?
Yes.
There are like. Oh, right. He got the axe. I forgot about that. All right, Tsitsi, do you need anything? Sounds good to me. All right. Guess you guys should retire for your rest because in the morning, at about at 10 o'clock a.m., the trial of the beast begins. Now, we're not going to go super law and order on this because I can't be asked to drag out a trial. All right, guys? I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a 3-day long event, and I don't want to do the gavel banging and all that dumb shit.
We don't get Phoenix Wright shenanigans.
Order in the court!
The court is it's
You would like to what?
Tina likes to
I like
bang
the
his gavel.
I like the gavel bang.
It is like a very important and integral part of the proceedings. It's true.
But I don't have a gavel, Kanathis.
Well, stop being so damn lame.
I wish I wasn't the worst DM out of our group, but if wishes were fishes.
There be a sea of them? I don't know how that goes actually.
Alrighty then. Welcome to the trial of the beast. Now, the members of the court are as followed. There are the 3 judges. The judges are 3 who preside over the trial and decide the verdict. The decision need not be unanimous. A majority verdict is acceptable. They make imposing figures. Figures. Dressed in voluminous black robes with starched ruffs and wearing enormous powdered wigs that tower over their heads. The justice for this trial are as follows. Chief Justice Ambrose Card. A dour man in his 80s, Chief Justice Card speaks with a deep, commanding voice and suffers no nonsense in his court. The Chief Justice carries a court gavel, a mallet of black ivory that the Justice used to keep order, and wears a huge cartwheel ruff to make him even look more imposing. He has the power to have people removed from the court, discount evidence, and issue punishments up to hanging for lying to the court. Any levity in the court is punished by a fine up to 1,000 GP or overnight imprisonment for those who take his court too lightly.
So
There is
nothing. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble that fast.
There is Judge Casp Aldar. Judge Aldar is a figure of terror for criminals on the trial. He is a hardliner in the extreme, and his merciless justice is feared throughout Ustalav. A former military general, Aldar is infamous for his impalement of 4 deserters under his command who fled the battle. And finally, the woman you know, Judge Ambrith Dermid. She is a magistrate of Lepidstadt and a member of the esoteric order of the Palatine Eye. Also in the court, there is a woman known as the Holy Sister of Justice, well known to Amadeus. She is a priestess of Pharasma, who is present to ensure that no magic is used at the trial unless requested or approved by the justices. Unless otherwise instructed, the Holy Sister watches for unauthorized spell casting and constantly scans the room with detect magic, recasting the spell as necessary. Be warned, because she is more than she appears.
This guy looks real shady. Look at this guy. Look how shady he is. Oh, I don't like him.
No, he's just got that poor unfortunate soul has Alphonse Bees for a face, so named because he has bees for a face.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just made fun of the fact that he has to keep the majority of himself hidden because his face is bees.
Oh
Is he
no.
like spiders?
Shitlord.
And
Is that an orc or an elf? I can't tell. It's kind of greenish looking.
Both? Why
It's
not both?
that is, in fact, a half-orc.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the iconic Inquisitor.
It's supposed
God,
to
it
be,
kind of
but
does look like her.
but Imrishka is not here, so no.
The point is,
I think that was the implication, and it doesn't say in the game, but no. Because if because you can play iconics in this game, and there are rules. If someone is playing Imrishka, then they have to pardon themselves and join like the court order because that's their job. Anyways, Herald. There is the Herald of the court. Clad in black half-plate armor with a full face visor, the Herald keeps his identity secret. The Herald calls out official announcements with the striking of a great gong, calls witnesses, and keeps order. He also acts as a justice's protector and has a ceremonial masterwork at greatsword at hand at all times. Someone like Amadeus would know that in the few instances where in the incredibly rare instance that a defendant proves unruly and tries attacking the court, the blade bursts into fire, and he has been known to behead people summarily for their transgressions.
man, I don't see how anything short of justice gets done in the city.
The clerks. 5 elderly, pale, and bookish clerks with ink-stained fingers legally accept and record new evidence for the trial, document the proceedings, and ensure the procedure is followed to the letter. They tend to speak in legal jargon, which in essence means whenever they say anything, they use about 10 times more words than necessary. The prosecution is the appointed prosecutor Palatinate of Valand Otto Hygar. Although well-educated and intelligent, Otto is not immune to the bigotry of Lepidstadt and, like many, believes that the beast is guilty. He aims to see the beast burn and fights tooth and nail to preserve his case. And, of course, the defense. You've already met Gustav Capel. He believes that the beast is guilty, as he's told you, but he feels honor-bound to give the creature the fairest trial possible. Unfortunately, Gustav's nervous stutter makes his speeches almost unintelligible, which is why he has left it to you. And finally, your friend, the Beast of Lepidstadt, or as you have named him, I don't remember. Vali. I kept, all that was going through my mind was Dimitri, and I was like, I'm pretty sure they didn't name him Dimitri Vendelay.
No, we did not.
Conrad. Alright, so how does this systematically work, this presentation of whatever the fuck?
So, day 1. A significant crowd gathers around the punishing man at dawn, and a carnival atmosphere engulfs the courthouse. The clerks arrive early to prepare the courtroom and chambers. Other members of the court arrive as the time approaches 10. The 3 justices arrive in black coaches with several guards in attendance. It is 10 a.m. The trial of the beast has begun. A trio of guards leads the beast into the court and shackles it to a large iron chair in the courtroom to the jeers of the crowd. And as he is sitting there, a group of robed men appear and conjure a heavy cage around him. There, to the jeers of the crowd once more. We open the trial with Chief Justice Ambrose Card laying out the rules of the course in lengthy speech, interspersed with gong strikes by the herald. Card concludes his speech by announcing that the good people of Lepidstadt have suffered many acts of terror and barbarity at the hands of the beast of Lepidstadt for many years, and that while the beast is doubtless responsible for numerous murders, the prosecution will focus on 3 recent cases to prove the beast's guilt during this trial. And so, opening statements, started by the prosecution. Otto Hygar outlines his case. He alleges that the beast is responsible for the murder of 10 people in the village of Moras a year ago, in addition to the 2 other horrendous crimes that will be described later on.
Okay, and now because it's been many sessions, remind me which place was the 10 killings?
That was Crocodile.
Crocodile, right.
Crocodile.
Well, that's fine then. We can cite the evidence that the actual, as identified by sight individual and his weapon of choice couldn't have been used by the beast. Indeed, we still have that weapon as proof, as recovered from the belly of a crocodile, which they swore bit off the beast's hand, which is weird because that sure is the beast with both of his hands still in the first place, and then also cite a flesh cabinet.
It's the opening statement. You don't lay out the case just right then.
What? Fuck these guys. This fine. I cite that they're wrong. It's not him.
Save the cabinet for the.
Yeah.
I cite the big reveal.
Yeah.
Witnesses for the prosecution.
I cite figure 8.
Otto first brings the 3 locals from Moras, 2 young women, and the man. The trio describes the event that happened, that over a series of night, a creature came to the village and took people away, that the trap was finally laid for the beast, and the beast was driven into the swamp, killed. Lazane, the man, will, to the shock of the crowd, will say that according to the efforts of a group of adventurers, and he'll nod to you, that they have ascertained that that was not the beast, though before while they're banging the gavel and stuff like that, he does spittle and growl and say that the beast is most certainly a horrible monster to be put down. It just wasn't the monster that attacked their village. At least he thinks so.
I present to them figure A and just take off cast top.
So, witnesses for the defense. Gustav calls your PCs to the stand to present evidence you found in Morass. What evidence do you have?
Morass was the swamp
Yes.
place, right?
We have the weapon. The weapon from the crocodile's belly. Including the hand that was bit off that was holding it.
Also, the fact that we killed a giant crocodile, which is holding it, and definitely was a man killer.
We found the boat that matched the description of the attackers.
That is also true. And it was full of blood and a discarded flesh was found in a bush, right?
I believe so.
I think that's all the proof we've got.
And we can show the flesh suit from the final from the cabinet and ask the witness if this is the creature he saw attacking.
He will confirm that it is indeed the creature that attacked you. Attacked him, anyways, his people.
Hope.
There is a roar of jeers from the crowd, and they clearly are baying for blood. But the crowd is quieted down by the fearsome presence of the herald of the court, who's you don't hear a command word, but he must have given one, because his weapon blazes to life, and everyone is struck quiet.
I'm gonna say, and everyone is struck dead.
So, can I use this opportunity to make an impassioned plea for, everyone to keep an open mind about this creature?
Wait. Let me just set the jiggle physics to max here and go.
Well, remember, set the age to 99.
I was gonna make that joke, but I was like, but everybody doesn't remember DOA.
Hey, DCL, I remember.
You're right.
And-
That was the only thing that truly mattered. Either way.
And remember, so you unbutton the top two buttons of your blouse, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma goes up with 1 point for every button that you undo.
Did you have advantage by any chance?
Presumably from Shara having, made the actual statement, and if not, rip.
Presumably from boobs. He mentioned those.
Yeah, also, from being a whore.
We're giving Cass probably like enough fucking advantage to hack at this bitch.
You know what? I'll give you persuasion advantage. It's an assist check. Everyone's helping.
Yeah.
Scratches is just in a suit, handing out evidence to Cass. It's fine, I'm assisting.
Where did you find a suit?
He came with one, duh.
So, the final witness that will be called to the stand is the captain of the guard that you guys have just met recently, who will confirm that the creature slain by you all was a skin changer, a horrible creature which could assume the identities of other people and by wearing their flayed skin. And in fact, it was the noble alchemist that the entire village had, the entire town had trusted for so long, who were part of this heinous plot against Morast. Well done. You found all the clues.
I'm gonna punch
It
Cass
takes.
in the arm, as I belatedly realized that through pun I was just called a tuxedo cat.
So,
If only you had a mask.
all in all, day 1 takes 4 hours. Now, they bring the first day of the trial to conclusion. However, as the beast is led away, the crowd is baying in extreme anger, and things are thrown. not at the beast, but at those who are defending it.
Oh
Of
god,
course.
is anyone actually hitting me?
No, there is a barrier that prevents the people's projectiles from getting to you, and you all are escorted out by the city guard, led by what's his name, the Herald of the Court.
Damn, I want to break someone's bones.
You have made no friends today.
Whatever, fuck the stupid town when we're done here.
Stupid peasants.
Good piss ants?
Peasants.
Oh, same day.
In
I
any event, all of the evidence you guys portrayed, because I know you guys couldn't remember everything, so I will tell you the things you forgot but you showed anyways. A, it is well known the beast can see in the dark, and yet you found the potion of dark vision on in the effects attributed to the beast. B, 6 of the graves in Morass Boneyard had been robbed, you know, where Cass met the Manticore. C, the beast was clearly bitten by the crocodile, but has no scars from the crocodile.
Scout brought that
And-
one up.
Oh, okay. And finally, you guys, this wasn't something you missed, but, you know, the removed face did help.
Yep.
And so, that ends the first day of the trial.
Sweet.
The second day of trial.
And with that, we bring the session. No. But I do need to go and use the restroom very quickly. Please, everyone, take about a minute or two's break, and then we will move on to day 2 and then day 3.
We're back a second then.
What happens when the pain gets to you? Hey, Savin. Hello? Test.
Hello, DCO.
Hey, Merce, can I ask a favor from you?
What?
Oh, wait, you're on your phone. Shit. I need somebody to send me an email.
I mean, I can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna DM you my email. Can you try to send an email to it to see if it works?
Sure.
Go.
There you go.
Thank you. I got it. The email is working. That's weird.
Apparently, Scout, the new Asmodan's pretty.
What? What?
Oh, Scout here? Scout's gone? Where's Scout?
Yeah.
Shit. My roommate's playing HOTS and says the new Asmodan's really. That is all.
Forget if I said thank you, Mars. Thank you, Mars.
It's okay. And I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh shit.
DCL, are you trying to talk?
Oh, no. I do notice how my mic is probably low volume. And have nothing I can do to fix that.
You sound fine to me.
Okay then.
Man, some bits of Pathfinder lore are messed up.
Oh yeah.
Which parts?
The fate of the souls of atheists.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Pharasma feeds them to the moon.
No. Well,
Heathens, get the sword.
they get buried in the boneyard.
Petty gods for acquiring my
No, they
damn.
don't get buried in the boneyard. They get well,
they
some
get-
get buried in the boneyard. Other ones, she'll just feed to the moon.
Who's
Petty
the god of the end times, by the
Yes.
way?
Petty gods requiring my worship, or sending me to eternal damnation. I curse all of you.
Despite their lack of faith, atheist souls are still judged by Pharasma. Some become bodiless spirits in astral plane are reincarnated, but most find their fate in the graveyard of soul. Though, according to the lore I've read, they are offered up to the god of the end times.
That's at the Graveyard of Souls, which spans the entirety of the outside of Pharasma's domain.
You think that's bad, Merzendi? There is the frozen lake, where an entire forgotten legion of angels forever is doomed to drown, swim up to the top, scratch at the ice, desperately trying a way out until they die, float back to the bottom, then swim up again.
Amazing.
For all time. No one knows whose angels they are.
You know, the punish. I still have problems with the concept of infinite punishment for a finite crime.
No, this wasn't punishment for a crime. They were captured and trapped by the four horsemen of the apocalypse.
I may kind of just in general, but that's even worse.
Yes. It is rumored that it was Death, the oldest of the horsemen, who did that to them.
Oh,
But
we're
no
playing
one
Darksiders
knows-
3 now?
No one knows who. Well, in pretty much every lore, the oldest horseman is Death. It comes from Catholicism. Oh, okay. Scow's gonna be gone for like 20 minutes. Never mind.
What happened to Scout?
Don't know. She's probably feeling a little ill, so she might be lying down or getting some soup. And so, you guys have admitted what is called extraordinary evidence. So, you have given up these surgeon's tools, right? The ones you
Right.
found with Vorkstag and Grinds. You have displayed Vorkstag's blood came in bite scar. You
Right.
have displayed the cabinet of skins and faces. And you have displayed the shambling man skin. These were 4 pieces of extraordinary evidence will work towards your favor. So, day 2. Hergstag. If anything, the crowd is larger today and is alive with the talk of yesterday's events. The clerks arrive early to prepare the courtroom as the time approaches 10 a.m. The members of the court arrive. Today's events whip the crowd into a frenzy. They are angered of the death of the children and are even louder than yesterday. They spit and jeer and holler, and as you approach, you see them, some of them reach into their coats for the same kind of projectiles they threw the other day. But a sharp shout comes, and a squad of grave knights brandishes their weapon. The crowd does not only slightly lessens the jeering, but at the very least, you're not having things thrown at you. You are whispered to by one of the grave knights, Eminem. Were you not here, we would not have come. We are here to protect you on your ill-fated mission, brother.
My thanks, brother. I must confess, I cannot blame these people. Even though the evidence is against Varley committing the crimes, he is still not a creature that this world is suited to, I think.
Simple commoners need something to blame. In any event, there are 2 squads of grave knights at your disposal, brother.
I'll nod, clasp his shoulder, and head on.
Alright. It is now 10 a.m. The trial of the beast resumes. Chief Justice Card asks the prosecution to outline the details of the alleged events in Hergstay. The prosecution describes events that transpired in Hergstay 7 months ago, alleging that the beast slew 6 children and when caught was driven from the village. There are no real witnesses for them to call to the stand, since most are dead. However, dead or missing. However, they claim that the beast was laughing as they carried a broken child's body back to the town. Witnesses for the defense. I realize it is a while ago, and for anyone who starts to get on me in the audience, complaining that I'm not letting them have their strictly compiled evidence, this is the outlier of the entire campaign. This is supposed to be a monster hunting campaign, not a diplomacy campaign where people take detailed notes and have investigations. It's dumb.
Thank you, DM. So yeah, we should probably just tell these people that, like, no, that's not how it was. Like, we've seen that this town has been horribly vandalized by dark forces. It's been, the dead have arisen there. We've seen some ungodly Pied Piper of the apocalypse running around. We've found that bodies have been stolen from their graves here. This isn't the work of the mindless beast. This is some necromancy forces.
And we did find a little cavern, basement. No, that was the other one, the last one. But yeah, we should ask the priestess presiding to examine the beast to determine if he would have the capability of casting magic, and if he would have the capability of casting a ritual that would make all of the people in town explode.
She will confirm for the court that Vali is no magic caster. He has no connection to the arcane, the divine, or the primal.
But is he a psychic?
Fuck off.
I'm trying to remember what pieces of physical evidence we actually got, because we got that painting, but then we destroyed it.
I got the Horn of Dooting. I don't think that's really gonna help, but that's the only thing we really brought back from that place.
Did the Wraith Doom guy, Brother Squirmington, did he leave anything behind?
And when wraiths die, they do leave telltale marks. I believe you guys collected.
Makes sense.
And I will give you these points because, again, guys, I know I've said it before, but Trial of the Beast, while it would be really good if it was its own thing, right?
Look,
Like,
people,
where
can we please stop like just kicking this horse of DCL's dreams?
I don't understand
Yeah.
what you mean.
We,
This
we,
is actually
we don't need you to
poorly
justify
written.
it anymore, Strike.
So- So,
Sure, this is
I will give you this evidence that you guys have but may have forgotten because, First off, you can raise the question, why did the beast bring back Elsa's body and not the others? Second, they believed that the beast was crying when the beast was laughing when he brought her body back. But you've seen him weep before, and you know that because of his muscle structure, it will turn into a horrible grimace. And if you mentioned Elsa's name to Vali by grabbing his attention and talking about her, he will start crying and prove to the court that this is in fact remorse, not laughter. Second,
you call him monster.
Karen died 2 days after the beast supposedly fled and was in her bed at the time. Her bedroom window was not forced, and you'll point out the beast's simple nature and his musculature. It's impossible, right?
Could his
And-
guy even fit through a normal window?
No. And the wall outside of Karen's bedroom was completely linear. There were no handholds, there's no Assassin's Creeding going on. And you recovered the bodies of all the children from Brother Swarm's lair.
We have the real killer.
Yeah, we did all that stuff.
I'm just going over it again. Like, you didn't mention the beast crying, you didn't point out Karen or anything like that. However, this is stuff that I'm telling you guys you would have brought up because who gives a shit?
Yes.
So, I would like you guys to make an insight check, please.
Oh no.
Inside. Alright.
Who are we helping?
Everything is fine. All is great. Loa and Dodrim. So, you will notice that there is a growing discontent among the crowd, and the mob may very well try and take justice into their own hands. You realize
Alright,
that,
let me speed this up.
you realize that perhaps they don't really care about his guilt or innocence. Someone needs to be punished.
Alright, we just need to tell. Alright.
Persuade them down, talk them down, be like, it's okay.
They will
is just a-
likely not try now, not while there are knights and adventurers and the very, very scary herald of the court standing there. He's like 8 feet tall. He's heterosized.
Yeah,
I told
right.
you.
But I want to like try and, I guess, convince them that justice needs to be served properly. That we need to let this trial stand, and we need to find who's really responsible and get them. We don't just hurt the beast. This is a scapegoat. You guys need real justice.
I told you it was not justice which these people care about.
So, you would like to make a diplomancy check, or, as they put it in this one, a persuasion check.
Or
Yes.
more accurately, a boob check.
Yes, I would.
Actually, in this case, they don't care about her tits. They just want to kill this thing.
Man, that's a
So would
strong
I.
murder boner.
All right. Well, with Shara's assistance,
Shall be adventurers.
K23, you say.
How the fuck?
it'd be sure nice if my primary die could roll over like a 5.
How do you have 9 in persuasion?
Well, my proficiency bonus is 3, so double that to 6, and then I have a +3 in charisma.
Oh right, bards get expertise too.
Yep, and I
Just
put
bards get
mine into persuade and what was it? Investigation.
Wait, am I tier 3 expertise in that yet? No, I'm not.
All right. You will notice the faces of almost a dozen people in the crowd kind of grow quiet and contemplative. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be any effect.
Well, changing some minds is better than changing no minds.
So, what do you do with this information as day 2 at about 2 o'clock p.m. Goes into recess until the next day?
I want to flow with that. This is do senses magic. As a random aside.
All
They look
right.
like challenge. That
He
appeals to
senses
me.
that you're a succubus that smites you on the spot.
Hey, sister. They are the sister of something or other, and not a dude.
Didn't I say they?
Maybe we
The
should bring out
holy- The Holy Sister of Justice regards you coolly.
That's 'cause I'm
Do
fucking
me
cool.
a persuasion check.
Alright.
You crit and have sex in the courtroom right there.
I too am good at persuasion. I just am not, cat good at it.
She
I am.
cocks her head. She is a heavily robed woman, you understand. Turns around and slowly starts walking off with a little tilt of her head.
Nice. I will follow along.
She will lead you to some quiet chambers, disrobe, and you see that, surprisingly enough, this woman has a body built for bedrooms.
Hooray!
However, her eyes appear to be completely bandaged over. She is likely blind.
Or kinky.
She has not spoken this entire time.
That is okay with me.
Definitely kinky.
We will find out if she speaks the language of love.
Oh my.
All right.
I half expect you to be like, she drops the robes and reveals that she is made entirely of knives.
Oh no, it's my waifu. Oops.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure has a
no.
good time.
And so, what do you guys do vis-a-vis the giant crowd that has left but will likely return?
I've all but really given up on easing the crowd. I was amazed that Cass was able to do what she did.
I'm going to go sit out in front of the courtyard as people are dispersing and start playing on my magic lute and try and weave a beautiful story about this poor misunderstood beast.
You mean the trumpet? You have a magical horn, and you have a magical. Oh no, a lute. I thought you said flute for some.
No, that's what I'm going to be feeding Scratches tonight. No, I have a lute and a doot.
And the meat flute.
Yes, I will
I am pretty
play
sure
an
I stole
instrument that
from
is
Scout.
not wind-based, such that I can actually sing.
I'm pretty sure I stole that last one from Scout. How many tomatoes
Oh.
must you dodge?
And so, while Cass does that, what do the rest of you do?
Indulge in every dwarf's vice, which is alcohol.
I guess I continue to play assistant and manage the rest of the evidence we have.
Do we want to bring out the evidence and just like show everyone like, here, this is the guy who did it. This is the how.
Of course we do. We have to give them somebody else to hate. Otherwise, they're going to mob that poor beast just because they're.
They
angry.
really are.
I told you when we started this all, it's not justice they care about.
Boy, who was the guy that dropped the rock in our friend's
They
head?
want they want their thirst of vengeance.
That one is a personal matter, who I doubt is very much directly involved in this so far. And even if he was, I'm saving that one for myself.
I mean, he doesn't have to be. He can make up a bunch of shite.
I mean,
Everyone hates necromancers, right?
we don't even have to make it up to blame it on the necromantic creatures of the night. It's just simply if that's a good enough villain for the village to be distracted long enough.
Ah, please, necromancers are great.
Well, it only
While-
needs to be enough for them to
Pretty easy story
release the
to sell to them.
beast.
I would remind you that the Chief Justice is most harsh on those who lie in his court.
That's just it. We wouldn't even have to lie. Just point out in a very colorful and explanative manner, so that the common folk get it, that this is where their anger should be directed towards and not the beast. None of that's
Exactly.
a lie.
Thank you, Scratches.
We'll just present the evidence and present it the right way. After all, the difference between a retelling of events and a story is how much performance you put into it.
He's not wrong.
True, but well, choose your words carefully.
I am a rogue and he's a bard. We are in the profession of careful wording.
And I'm drunk.
Am I still a he?
Look, you're going to have
You
to
look-
adjust.
How do you feel, Cass?
We're not. We're.
I feel bouncy.
Cassandra, you look down at your fat tits, and you feel nothing has ever felt more.
Nothing has ever felt more. It's true.
Like you kind of feel, and as you think such feminine thoughts and kind of get in touch with your now Cassandra side, you feel a strange warmth coming from your life. This seems
Oh no!
very familiar to you.
Oh no!
Hmm.
Walking a bimbo,
Yeah, I feel like a she, I guess.
slowly corrupted.
Feels nice.
Slowly corrupted.
I mean, what I'm doing was nothing to, I'm not gonna ruin
Yeah,
Nothing the
not
cast
mine.
didn't ask for.
it.
It's-
Nothing that Brayla didn't do more.
It's
Also-
not mind control set the mind controller. Either way. So yeah, I guess we'll be trying to present the evidence in a super special satisfying way without telling a lie, and thus avoiding being smoted.
Yes, cool, but it's the end of the day. Their
We'll do it tomorrow.
Won't be in session till tomorrow.
And
So,
then we'll prepare for that.
what do you guys do this evening? Cass is staying behind, presumably to make sure Volley doesn't get dragged.
I lock Cass in the slaver stocks and make her the public toilet for the day.
Ooh.
Though, I mean, while sexy, you guys wouldn't let me play carrion cunts, so we're not going to be able to.
I was completely being facetious. But no.
The name carrying cunts alone is enough of a reason not to do that.
Right?
Sorry.
What? I forget what the other one was.
I mean, if it was carrying cruns, wouldn't it just be a bunch of avian characters?
Right? Which is double the reason not to.
Christ.
Oh, carrion is specifically the decaying flesh of dead animals.
Yes.
I thought it for some reason had something to do with bird, which it technically does, but not in the way I was thinking.
Yeah,
No.
unfortunately, there's really
We're
nothing
not-
sexy about carrion.
We're not playing Cunty Crown, so we don't get to do this.
Alright then. I suppose. Well, if we cheat, we're no better than the bad guys. We already got all the evidence. And the crowd.
I mean, do we really care about our morality as long as Volley lives?
I mean, Scratch is no, but you're supposed to be the pure one. I don't like you asking such questions.
Hey, Merzendi.
Yeah?
How big was a classical company of knights? I forget. Well, like a squad of knights. Wasn't it 5? I thought the romantic number was 5.
So the romantic number for knights isn't really measured in squads, it's measured in lances. And
Yeah,
a
I know.
lance is a knight and non-knight underlings, which were 5 underling.
So 6.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because I know this because I played a lot of Mech Warrior. And Mech Warrior lances were stars were 5, lances were 4.
Yes. It's made certain duels particularly unfair for certain factions.
Well, the inner sphere is morally right, so they win all the time, right?
Precisely.
I'm going the Mech Warrior route. You are going to get 2 lances.
Ah, yes. You've no idea how happy I am to hear these words.
Alright. And yeah, Scout, that's why she didn't say. That's why she changed her mind from company.
I know, just confirming a number.
Well, a company in Mech Warrior is 2 lances. And I know it's not strictly historically accurate, but when I was a history major, I studied specifically Egyptian history and World War I and World War II. Strangely enough, medieval history I do have large gaps in, including the formation of knight. I do know like all the knightly orders, but that's about it.
I know none of those.
I know a lot of Greek history as well.
I know
Because
very
I went-
little Greek history because I always skipped class.
I had like you know how Saban had his Anglophile phase? I had my Hellenistic phase.
Oh god. Oh
Alright.
no.
Helena boob. Boo. Never
Hey,
mind.
I really liked Ulysses, so that was that was basically my obsession for like 2 years. Was consuming all things Hellenistic. It was pretty great.
It's alright, we all make mistakes.
I
We all
mean,
make
it's true.
mistakes.
So
See, as an English woman, my thought when you say Ulysses is the horrible James Joyce, which isn't actually horrible, it's just really hard to get into.
fine, Odysseus.
I know there was a lot of bestiality in ancient Greek history. It was very gay.
I mean,
I
there was a
mean,
lot of
everything
that
was very
throughout all.
gay in Greece.
That's
I
why
mean,
it
that was that
best.
throughout all history. Like, only like modern versions of sexuality came specifically from cultures in the Middle East and well, Abrahamic religions. Everything else, like, that's why a bunch of people during the Age of Sail were like, you know what? Now that Japan's opened their borders, let's just hang out there because we won't be killed for being gay.
That is the proof that furries have always existed, my friend. We never left.
I mean,
What?
I could tell you that from fucking Anubis.
Well, that's impressive. Congratulations. Hook me up with him sometime.
I mean, he's a very handsome lad. Anyways, so I assume you're all going to stay and pal around with Cass, right?
Yes.
No, I'm going to
Seems-
keep watch over the creature.
That's what Cass is doing.
Oh.
It seems
I
like
hope
then
to
yes.
God someone tries to pick a fight with us.
It seems like
I
there's
pray
nothing
for it every night.
It seems like there's little more productive to do than make a hentai scene out of Cass giving the monster a blowjob while being taken from behind.
Let's hope when I walk
Alright,
out,
I'm not
there's the
comfortable with
button
that,
back
if
up.
only because the monster's kind of retarded.
I mean, he's 7 years old.
I-
Like, I'm telling you, he has the mind of a 7-year-old.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot when I made that joke. All right, moving on.
Oh, shit. Anyways, it's 6:30. I need to check to see if I need to evacuate.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shut up, guys. I'm high. I have an excuse for forgetting things.
Like, not saying you're high on a live stream.
Oh wait, shit. Yeah, that's wait.
Yeah, I mean, luckily
Oh,
he's
yeah,
only
wait.
joking though, so it doesn't matter. Wink. No,
Yeah,
they can't-
that's
they can't prove
definitely-
it.
Fuck. You know what? No, fuck you. After all the jokes we said, I would actually be indignant if that's what got you.
I know,
I
right?
mean,
But
it's what got you is the thing.
I mean, fucking. I don't care. I don't stream on Twitch.
no, like, it's still always like, why wait? Why fuck around with ammunition? One day you'll find that one of these cartridges that you drop just happens to go off.
I mean, an apt metaphor, but still.
All right, no, we're good.
Okay. You will not die.
Yep. Fire hasn't. You're not on fire right now.
I mean, not particularly. It's
Yeah.
just, every 2 hours they do a big update, and like if I needed to like evacuate like right really now that we have a mass text phone call thing that goes, but I would like to know before then because that's like last ditch effort, run bitch.
Right.
In any event. So, you guys are going to be standing outside when all of a sudden the doors lock behind you as a glow starts approaching you from the city streets. The guards take their posts but make no move to aid you. With grim faces, the Grave Knights take up defensive formation in a classic V front.
Is that what I think it is? It is.
The
Hey!
angry mob.
There's way less than there would be.
So,
You guys did well. You don't actually have elites leading them now.
So I still have justification to stab them, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
try not to like
guess.
murder all of them. They're just idiots, and that's not a death
I wish-
sentence.
Hmm.
We don't want to kill these
Darwinism would
people.
like to have a word, but I was mostly joking.
It's always
It's
good to
hard
be
to
sure.
tell with you.
Yeah, gotta make sure.
Why, I'm not that bloodthirsty, obviously. Overtly.
Well,
Everyone just
I'm pretty
stared.
sure I can't non-lethally guiding bolt people, so I'm gonna get out the old fucking mace +1.
Well, I feel like it will be initiative time soon, or do we still have a chance?
And
Before it happens, of course, just as they reach, Beacon of Hope, obviously, the greatest.
Oh, I have an idea. Hang on
Bacon
a
for
second. Let me
everyone.
let me check something.
Sorry.
Aha! It is a thing I can do. Okay.
Can you mass sedate crowd?
No, I'm gonna try and intimidate them to go the fuck away. I'm gonna just stomp out in front,
I give you a bardic inspiration die.
I'll give you
and I am
guidance.
going.
you
And
are
I am going to-
flanked by 4 Grave Knights.
I'm going to
Make that
raise.
fine.
I'm going to raise my warhammer, and I'm going to use. I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite, and then I'm going to just boom it into the ground and create a thunderous boom that spans 300 feet from me, and probably cracks the ground a bunch.
300 feet will do it.
It's a very loud, loud kaboom, and I'm going to tell them to leave this place and let justice be done. Do not if they continue their advance, we will have to defend ourselves. We will not let them pass, so they should leave now. And I'm going to roll an intimidate.
You've already been blessed with the Bork's special
Okay.
Of guidance and bardic.
So that's a 14, and then roll a d8.
Oh, there's a fancy there's a new fancy roller. What is this?
14, so 21.
21.
All right. So. Wow, that is possibly the swiftest end to what they had in the book. That
Lame. I wanted to stop
Check.
commoners.
I mean,
I
if
wanted to
Vork's-
wade ankle
No, you
deep
don't
in
understand.
peasant blood.
You don't understand because you killed Vorkstag and Brine. They were going to be one of the ones who like hopped up the entire crowd and like fed them potions and crap like that. So
Oh,
they
shit.
went like crazy with bloodlust. And because you guys did so well, there's only 25 of them. And if you succeed on an intimidation roll, basically the rules say that you just disperse 30 people. And
Lol.
there's not 30 people on here.
I wanna
There's
kill
less
them
than 30
all.
people.
I
Don't scare
want,
them away.
I want that peasants.
Please, I've been waiting to murder something for so
I'm
long.
telling you that if you guys were to even try to stab these people, they all have 4 hit points. You would have massacred the lot.
I mean, of course, but we would.
Yeah, you better run. I'll
Kill
shake my
them,
hammer
burn.
at them.
I suppose we have to take care of the practical way.
Oh, right.
That picture I put in is actually pretty fucking apt. I'll actually picturify that.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry.
Boot.
Hey, Cass.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. You should probably take care of that.
Take care of what?
I mean,
The only urge that matters. The
Hey,
urge.
Shara. You helped me stuff myself into all these new clothes. Want to help me take them off?
Scherer is already looking plenty sated.
No.
I am insulted that you asked the succubus for me.
Well, you
I
already
would-
had a go at the new me.
I am insulted you asked a creature specifically built for sex.
And you know, that would be a valid point if she actually put out.
I mean, she put out for Cass all of once, but at the same time, Cass himself is not a challenge, and that's nothing for, putting your chastity on hold for. Now, someone thought
So-
of as a sister of holy glory and radiance, with an unspeaking gaze and eyes full of justice. That seems like someone you want to try and flirt with and see if they're naughty. It turns out the answer was yes, she was very naughty.
You just gave him a handout, a handy. Scratches has done things that would make the Eldritch Abominations blush.
I mean, first time was the handy. There was tail pegging at some point, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember
Yeah.
though.
In any event, you either better throw scratches on the ground or go party it hard again.
Alright. One other chance before I just default to scratches.
I am doubly insulted.
Hey, Loa.
Hmm?
So, you seem to have known me at some point, kind of like Scratches did.
Yeah, you're like a big hero.
Oh. Well, I think your display here was very heroic.
Oh, thank you.
Very cockblock.
That's so nice of you.
So I was thinking, between heroes, maybe we could go get a bite to eat or something now that things have calmed down.
Are you sure? I don't know. It might not be safe to just leave.
You've dispersed the crowd. They're not coming back.
Yeah, they're cowards. They wouldn't dare come back now.
Okay, voice in the sky suggesting.
No, I'm telling you, that's actually part of the thing. It literally says after dispersing
Okay,
the crowd,
voice in the
you can
sky.
leave me alone.
I'm sad. I'm eagerly waiting for them to come back so I can fucking kill them. I mean, kill them. No, that's exactly what I want to do.
And then Snippy killed a bunch of commoners.
It's fine. They'll have no way of realizing they're commoners because I'm good at hiding bodies. Let's just go with that.
You don't realize they're
What
commoners
even
because
is
you're a
this
racist
discussion?
dwarf. You're a racist dwarf. All humans look the same.
Fine, they won't be able to tell one apart from the other. Especially not after I'm done with the face.
All right. Well, I guess if it seems to be dispersed, so I suppose it would be safe to get something.
Great, my treat.
All
And
right.
Cass shall reach up and take your hand and head towards the nicest place in town. Whereupon Operation Try to Get Egnant, we go.
Try to get egged.
Does lower resist flirtations of the new busty cat girl?
It's a trap.
Yes, it is.
Literally.
It's not a trap anymore.
We're still gonna make the joke. Shut up.
Yep, the trap was sprung.
You're gonna have to convince me.
Okay,
Slut suasion.
that is my specialty.
And what do I have to roll against? What do I have to roll? Is it wisdom,
Oh.
persuasion?
Yeah, I'd say like a wisdom save or insight.
Wisdom or charisma save?
God, why do I keep rolling like hot fucking garbage, too?
It's okay. She'll also roll hot garbage.
Why did that roll? Why is that
11, I
one
win.
blank?
It
Why
was
is that one
11.
grayed out?
I
Because
don't
you
know.
have your character sheet set to advantage.
I don't
It's
know,
one of
but
the
how
weird
does a
things that different character sheets do differently. It's just how it be.
I guess you only do have a 12 wisdom. I'm always used to paladins having like a +3.
Now it didn't roll it at all.
Wow, you have a
Now it
16
didn't. Now it.
strength.
Now
hold
it didn't roll it.
Hold on, Keenan. Let me
Nice.
help you. Let me help you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go in your character sheet here.
Well, anyway, you win, so I guess.
Yeah. There.
Oh, all the options went away.
Yeah, because you don't fucking need them.
Okay.
Get that shit out of here.
Well, you beat my 11 with a 13.
I mean, if Loa's gonna be like all hesitant, Cass, press it.
That
But if Cass,
that's not how it works. These were This was flirting and reception. You flirted enough, and she was receptive. You didn't. If Kanathis has said no, she's not interested, then there wouldn't be a need for a roll now. If a character's not interested, no matter how good your slut roll is, unless you're doing magic or roofies, I'm not going to allow that. However,
I mean,
Loa
I have
clearly
that
was.
power.
Yeah, but you didn't. You did a persuasion roll, and Loa's clearly receptive to it, so Loa's into it. Unless Kanathis didn't think that's how that worked, but that's how.
No, I know. I know that's how that works. I've been
Yeah,
around
Alright,
for
so
a
yeah,
while.
give me that sweet ovipositor.
So, we do have questions on this. First off,
It's just cuddling. Owned.
no. The
No.
question is, are any of the eggs fertile?
No.
Okay.
Well, luckily Scratches gets
Some-
to step in and watch.
I mean, something has to fertilize them. Lola
Yeah,
can't
that
do
was
that on
my
her
question.
own.
Was Cass gonna fertilize them first?
How is he gonna do that? He can't
She's got a dick.
in her own butt.
I mean, it's a
She
very
can
pleasant
fuck.
dude.
It's not just once. It's a night of pleasure together. If you just think that sleeping with someone is one orgasm, I feel sorry.
The point is, no, they're not fertilized.
Sounds good.
I'm
We
not
don't
sure
have
how
to make
long.
kiddo checks.
Scratches
I'm not
gets to
sure.
watch.
I'm not sure how long they'll be stuck in there though.
It's okay.
I'm against being pimped out.
It happens every session, every game, my friend. Just give up.
Somebody has to get pimped out. It's true.
Yeah, in 72 it was Sven.
Literally got pimped out to a tribe of harpies so the party could pass by unmolested.
And then got pushed into a goo pile. And then got googned.
Never heard the end of it for that harpy thing. Never, ever stopped mentioning it. Oh my god.
Never.
Anyways. And so we will move on to day 3 of the trial. If you guys want to get any food or drink, now's the time because this is the final verdict.
Aw, shit.
Final day, final verdict, and then we're gonna move on to the final part of the campaign.
The campaign?
No, sorry. The adventure path, not the adventure path, the module.
We'll be at the end of the trial of the beast.
So, grab food, snacks, or whatever. But if everyone's ready right now, we'll go.
I'm ready.
So, I'm not hearing anyone needed to go.
No.
After the events of the previous night, the crowd still seems angry, but members are still allowed access to the trial. The atmosphere in this final day is frenzied, with locals determined to see the beast burn. However, they are cowed in your presence. There is no longer the loud jeering and carryings on. They know when they've been whipped, and last night proved their lack of power levels, shall we say. So, the final day of the trial begins. Chief Justice Card reminds the crowd of the penalties of violence and tells him he will clear the entire court if they do not behave. He also mentions the events of last night and warns them that the mobs do not rule Lepidstadt, and that should anyone threatens violence to any of the defense, he will have the person whipped out of town or hanged. He then requests a prosecution to describe the alleged events of at Sanctuary. Now what?
Scratches starts pointing out the people who mobbed last night accurately. No, he does not actually do this.
No,
Scratches does
that
not
was
snitch on the
the
mob.
the entire point of this was the justice heard about what happened last night and told them if they do that again, they will be whipped or hanged.
Fair enough. I thought he was saying if he found out they did it.
Witnesses for the prosecution. The project details the arson attack on the Hospital of Sanctuary on Carbile 4 months ago. Otto alleges that the beast set fire to the building, murdering poor Dr. Brada and his patients in the process, and states the only Brada's loyal assistant Carl survived. Otto calls Carl to the stand to give his evidence. Witnesses for the defense.
We know that we have documents linking Dr. Brad to the necromancy ring that
Forkstag and Grind, the body snatchers.
yes.
They weren't necromancers. They were body snatchers.
Although there was
They had
a shrine,
zombies.
there was a shrine for worship up for the necromancer goddess Urgly, and ghouls took up residence in their previous spot.
It's
They
always
were
technically-
alchemical ghouls.
It's
They
always
didn't make
technically not.
necro-
That's
No.
necromantic as fucking nobody cares what the difference is.
These people are like a
mean,
bunch
that's
of little
what- that's
DDCLs.
what I
All we have to do is shout necromancy. And they'll be like, necromancy! Fuck those guys.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Yep.
Still, whether it's legally necromancy or not, it is certainly evil as fuck and illegal as fuck. So.
Well, so yeah, there you go. Just everything he has to say is basically disqualified.
And so, there are closing statements. The prosecution asserts that the beast is guilty of the murders in Morass Herdstag and Sanctuary, and that all the evidence you have presented was clearly either circumstantial or fraudulated. They claim that the beast is, aside from that, is a danger to society and is a monster that should be destroyed. He recommends punishment in accordance with the traditional law, execution in the punishing man.
I'd love for him to have that arm up my ass because he's stretching.
Good. Should we bring
Nice.
in our evidence?
You already did.
Oh, we already did, including the armoire.
Oh,
yes,
that
we
was the
brought
first
back
thing
in
you
on
guys
day
did.
one.
Oh, that was the first thing. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, we had to do the only evidence in that's connected directly to Varley had to do with Morast.
Wow.
It definitely proved Volkstag and Grime were evil people, but that is not the same as proving Varley is innocent.
That said, I wonder if more crimes, if they go back through the books, couldn't be laid at the feet of the body snatchers.
Indeed.
All right.
So,
So,
my
Trial would be posthumous.
closing statement will probably be something along the lines of, we've categorically proven the beast did none of these things, and even the crime that he is accused of having committed, which landed him in this prison in the first place, was the work of mind control magic. There are dark forces at work in this place, but the beast is only a pawn, and through no intention of his own has he ever committed harm upon the people of this town. He must be set free. He is not a threat. He is merely a confused and vulnerable child who needs protection and care, not your hatred.
You
so
can't handle the truth.
there is the close of the trial. Both prosecution and defense have made their closing statements. Chief Justice Card announces that the trial is over, and he and the other justices depart to deliberate. An hour passes, and they return looking grim. The herald calls for order, and the crowd immediately hushes. Chief Justice Card stands and announces "We have heard the evidence laid before us, and thank Pharasma we did so, for without this trial there would have been a most terrible miscarriage of justice. There are many cruelties in the world, but to lie and blame another for one's crime is the most terrible of sins. We have asked ourselves, who is the monster here? Is it the creature before us, with its broken body or terrible forms? Or is it we, the people of Lepidstadt, with our bigotry and lies? The beast is innocent." And the crowd
smiles all
screams in anger at the verdict and surge forward, and the guards draw their weapons to keep them at bay, and they try to shout, "Burn the beast, burn the beast," but then the herald draws his blade, and with an unspoken word, it lights a flame. And, of course, I assume Giant Driderbutt turns around and gives them a look, and they shy away.
Yeah, put this bitch
Yeah.
to bed.
Come on, you could have let me stab at least one of them. Me and Doldrin
I'm-
can share a pair.
I'm gonna speak up now. Your Honor, while you have found Vali innocent, I must ask that for his protection he not simply be set free. I request that he be remanded into the custody of a monastery of Pharasma for his edification and education, so that no more shall he have but the mind of a child, unable to defend himself from such accusations again.
The court will hear your request and meet you partway. The beast will not be allowed to live within the city or the walls for any attempt to keep him at any one specific location that can be found would incite danger for the humans around him. However, if you, they will pull you aside. If you release him back into the Dipplemere swamp, they will, they will. The beast has told them where he lives, and they will allow a contingent of grave knights to protect the place and provide the creature with education. They will stress that this trial has gone beyond the walls of the city, and if the beast is known to be at any place, well, that would spell disaster. Unless, of course, you wanted to attempt to move a creature so large in secret.
I mean, clearly he should just join our party so we can protect him 24/7.
Clearly, that is the best option. It will not bring trouble down on us anymore, considering how we're already a band of freaks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one more for the menagerie.
One that actually has a price on its head. I will. I'm just gonna accept that compromise.
Judge Daramid will also point out that it is the beast's choice. Child or no, it still has its own opinions, and they will no more shackle it to a monastery, the swamp, or even to your own company if it does not wish.
Oh man, I really want to try and persuade the beast to come with us.
We really don't need an extra dude along, and if he dies in combat, I'll feel so fucking guilty.
Yeah.
Look, don't you use your logic on me. He's a giant monster. He'll be great.
He's
Then
a
it
giant
turns
monster
out
with the
he's-
brain of a man, baby.
Then it turns
That's
out he's
That's
the
like
most
saying, "Come
adventurous."
along." Well, okay, yeah, sure, but we can at least have the power to lie to ourselves, and he doesn't.
Then it turns out that he's a 50 AC monster with +6 to strength.
I mean, he's definitely got combat stats, and they're probably not inferior.
So, when you guys approach the beast again, he's being unshackled and he's going to lean down and stretch out a hand to you all. What do you do?
I hug the hand.
I'm
And
going
then
to
I
shake
I
it.
just hug him.
He is about 15 feet tall.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
why I
to-
said I
Very
hug the
large.
hand.
He is going to grab you all into a big hug. Surprisingly tender for such a large creature. And will call you all his best friends in all the world. And
Aw.
Oh.
How
He
can we
will
not
say-
take it with us now?
he will say all he wants to do is see his father, who lives at Schloss Karamark. Father doesn't usually like visitors, but, please meet him there in a few days, and he'll introduce you.
Okay.
Works for me.
Alright. And with that, the guards will surround you, and due to Amadeus's presence, so do grave knights, and escort the beast through baying crowds to the edge of the city. And the last you see of him for this day is him taking off at a natural speed through the swamp. And so, you guys are beckoned to Judge Daramid's household.
Neat. If it's at a slightly later time, I'll make sure to pick up stuff so that the judge can have a delicious roast dinner. Get meat and potato and vegetables.
Alright, let me scroll up here for real quick. Alright. So, she had always believed that the beast was innocent, and had promised you each 100 platinum if you were to solve this. And so, true to her word, the lot of you get 100 platinum each.
Yes.
Ignore that. Wait, 100? Okay. That's a lot of money.
It's a Pathfinder adventure path.
Fucking
Hey, that-
hell.
That fixed that. All the money I spent on those siphons.
Hey, I'm back up to 100 platinum, you guys.
I
Me
can pay
too.
my debts.
Oh yeah.
And
But that put you
So-
at 0. It's fine, don't worry about it, man.
she will ask you to go to Schloss Karmark. She will inform you that this was the castle of a rather eccentric count who has not been seen in several years. He was an alchemist of sorts,
Mm,
and she believes that it is likely, given the events, that the Baron in charge created the beast, and the beast might still be dangerous. She confesses that the beast is probably responsible for several murders in town, only for ones that it was provoked to. You know, throwing rocks at them, shooting at him. He probably responded in kind, like a child. So, she will warn you. The townsfolk are planning on tracking down the beast and overturn the court's verdict on their own. You must hurry.
Oh yeah, we should definitely escort Molly.
Oh, he's
home.
already
No,
gone.
Valley-
he fucking
Valley
took
took
off.
off.
He's already
Oh, already. Okay.
on his way
Yeah,
there.
then we should
I'm
catch up.
sorry, did an Assassin Creed prompt to kill 30 random villagers just pop up into my quest log?
That's weird.
And so,
I have a mini map all of a sudden.
That's there's a
And
bunch of
so-
red dots.
on your way back from Judge Daramid's house, the PCs noticed a large number of people gathering in the streets with torches and various weapons and farm tools.
Yes!
If asked, one of the townsfolk will tell the plan to go into the swamp, find the beast, and give it the justice it deserves, once and for all.
Oh, sweet. Can we
Whether
just
they
kill all
keep
these guys
beast-
now instead?
Yeah, can we just kill them?
Would you?
I think the only
I
one who
think
would
we
object to
just
this
tell them they can
indiscriminate
do it
matters
through our
was,
dead bodies, and we'll just block them in the street.
I have a better idea. Instead of killing them, how about we break their legs?
Well, yeah.
There
I
is
mean,
already much of the mob scattered throughout the swamp. You are at the tail end.
That's fine. We can still fucking rip this tail out and beat the other ones to death with their tail.
I
Hey, guys,
cast
have you ever
fly
done-
on
I
myself and
would-
book it down the.
Hey
I
guys,
would
have you ever
please
done hunting
like
for...
you guys. I would please like you guys to remember that you are still under. There is still a rule of law in this adventure. If
Yeah, they're
you
trying.
kill these
Yeah.
people, you will be tried for murder,
Not at all.
and I will require alignment shifts. And
Wait, oh no! I got an idea. What if we provoke them into attacking us, and then we can kill them?
I feel
That
as
would still be
though
an alignment shift, even if we could get away with it legally.
I
Scratches-
mean,
And I-
look,
Scratches
killing
here.
a bunch of people to prevent them killing a dude seems like it's okay to me, but
I mean,
I-
you're a bard, you're probably already chaotic as fuck.
oh yeah,
but-
I'm definitely chaotic.
Scratches is totally for the stabbing of bigotry peasants who are trying to overquote people who are mad because the law did not go their way.
I don't
I-
actually want
If
these ones
you-
dead.
Loa, if you butcher a bunch of peasants that who are overcome by fear, you will lose your paladin ability.
Yeah, but I also have my tenets to follow, and one of them is compassion. I have to protect the weak and punish those who threaten. I will show mercy to my foes, but I will temper it with wisdom.
No,
Uh,
here's what I'm saying. I'm saying if
I'm
you
not
kill
gonna try
them
and
right
kill
now in
anybody.
the city streets, you're
But we're
going to
not in
have
the city
to invoke.
streets. We're in the swamp.
Oh yeah,
You haven't
Make
made
up
it
your
there
damn
yet.
mind.
we're not at the
You
swamp
haven't
yet.
made it there yet. God.
Okay,
Jesus.
question. What will Scratches suffer if he decides to assassinate a bunch of peasants?
I mean, aren't you chaotic neutral anyways?
Exactly.
So, in any event,
I will go
next
and
session
try to find
we
it.
will start the rescue at Schloss Karamark, where all of these questions will be answered, because we're going to do a Beauty and the Beast thing, because of course we are. This is Trial of the Beast. It's pretty bad. And it is 24 miles north. So, with that, you all are now level 6.
Yay!
What should I get my next expertise in?
Also, I just had an
Thank
idea
you.
of what saving code done. Fast sleep on them.
I totally got rid of sleep as soon as we got second level spells.
Shit, that actually would have been useful. You
just
could have
would've-
taken out like 10 of them.
They just would have woken up and then continued on directly after.
I feel like if
guess
if
it
a
would-
wizard puts your entire armed force to sleep, and you're like, you could all be dead.
All right. Thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Next week, we will start the rescue of Schloss Karamark.
The rescue of Schlong Karamak. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
that.
you for running. It was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I gotta punch a crocodile.
That was a while ago. I'm glad that it's still keeping you going.
Still keeps me going.
Still keeps me hard.
It's okay, because soon, depending on your decisions, you could kill a bunch of commoners and not face a retribution of the law.
Fine, we are.
I
And
find
that's
them
what
a
we're all
lesson.
really looking forward to.
Like,
I
I'm not
only
gonna
get-
kill them. I'm just gonna
I'm-
break legs. Regardless, my dears, if you're watching in the VOD, you're watching in the stream, I hope, as usual, that you all have yourselves a lovely motherfucking good time, and please do take care.
Bye, stream. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.